Radio Network.
Game 2 of the series, Giants and the Cubs here in San Francisco. Our chance to chat with the Giants manager, Bob Melvin. That was a win that your team needed last night.
It certainly was, and, with the ceremony before, the 24s all over the place, everything added up to 24 last night. I think Willie was here affecting that game last night. It really felt like that. So it was a different feeling the entire game. Once we got to that last inning and got the leadoff guy on, it really felt like we were not going to be denied. So ended up being a fantastic game on a fantastic night and a win that I read today where Willie, I think, had 15 or 16 walk-offs himself. So played out exactly as you would hope. Yeah, well said. And there are so many moments from that game we could go over. I did want to spotlight right after that hustle double, Chapman got it started. Tyler Estrada, that was a really cool play, that bunt that sort of built the rally. I just told him that was the game winner, really. I mean, that got us in a position to where we got 2 runners on and nobody out, and it just feels like the momentum's there with us. So, we talked a little bit about trying to do some things a little bit differently here. Certainly our situational at-bats were good, too. We had a couple of sacrifice flies. We were better at that early in the year, not as well here recently. And, but I think the bunt was so timely and really put a spark in our dugout. Yeah, and you said a lot of nice things, deservedly so, about Spencer Howard after the game. It was my bad yesterday. I didn't even ask you about Raymond Burgos before the game. And then this guy comes up, make his major league debut. Everything that could have gone wrong goes wrong out there, and he limited the damage. Like, looking back on it, he gave up a run, but I thought he did a really good job. For your first big league outing, there was a lot going on for him, and there's a lot, and when I spoke to him today, there's a lot he should take out of that outing. You got to come in the middle of a game. He's warming up. He might come in the inning before with guys on base. Now he starts an inning. Like you said, everything that could go wrong did go wrong, and he limits it to a 1 run with the bases loaded. You find out about some fortitude there when that's your first big league experience. So he should take a lot out of that. My guess is we're going to see him again. He's a lefty. He can get some righties out. He's having a great year. Unfortunately, it was only a one-day thing with the way our bullpen's playing out right now, but he should feel good about that. Okay, that's a good tease for our second segment. We'll ask Bob about what the move is today. We'll do that right after this.
High five. Up top. Dave's company just got the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Yeah. It's 5 years of gig speed internet, advanced security, and a great rate that won't change. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Yeah. He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread. Yes. The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee.
Ends 8/21/24. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Brian Murphy here for Amici's, East Coast Pizzeria. And if you're looking for a great lunch option for your business, try Amici's catering menu. It includes all your favorite thin crust pizzas, but also Amici's freshly made pastas, salads, the flame roasted chicken wings in larger sizes so that your group can help themselves buffet style. It's a more economical way to feed a larger group, but still from the full range of Amici's menu items. So check out the catering menu at Amici's.com. And when you want a fully customized and catered event for your company, Amici's delivers.
NorCal drivers know there are trips you want to make and trips you have to make. A Honda SUV makes every trip a good trip. With a smooth ride, cool style, and features like Bose premium sound, the trips you have to make become more like the ones you want to make. And with fewer gas stops, high-tech safety features, and legendary reliability, the trips you want to make more often. And with the SUV deals happening now, if you don't get to your NorCal Honda dealer soon, you must be tripping. Ask anyone who owns a Honda.
Summer is finally here, and Wrigley's and Nob Hill have juicy savings on the freshest peak season produce. This week, clip your digital member deal online or in the Wrigley's app to get delicious California-grown Hass avocados for just 97 cents a piece limited. And take home plump and tasty green, black, or red seedless grapes for just $1.97 a pound. If you're not satisfied with your fresh produce, we'll replace it and provide a full refund, guaranteed. Now that's savings you can count on, in-store or online, only at your neighborhood Wrigley's and Nob Hill.
Back with Bo Mel and Bob. We talked about Burgos goes down after his debut yesterday. Mason Black is back.
Mason's back here today, so he's been up and down, and typically over the course of the season, you're going to have somebody that has to do that. Has started, has come in relief. We'll see how he's used today. Obviously, Spencer really saved us yesterday. Not only did he pitch 4+ or whatever it was, or 5, and ends up winning the game and pitching all the way through. So that was fantastic. Gives us a little more support going into what looks to be another bullpen game today. But Mason kind of maybe in the same role, more of a length type of thing. We'll see how we use him if we need to use him. But we're a little better off, especially with some of our guys that we use in up games that didn't pitch yesterday, and we still came away with the win.
And some pretty big news this afternoon. You guys have decided on a starting pitcher for tomorrow, and it's going to be another big league debut.
It will be for Hayden Birdsong. Really talented young kid. We saw him some in spring training. Kind of a quick rise to AAA. Had 2 good starts there. You're always trying to find who you think is pitching the best to support us here. When you start a clock on somebody like that, you should have a couple appearances for him, and I think we do based on where our starters are at this point right now. So it's going to be exciting whenever you get a young heralded starter in your organization, a high draft pick and so forth, get him to the big leagues. It's going to be exciting not only for us but the fans.
I'm sure we'll talk a little bit more about him tomorrow before he makes his debut. But last thought for today, Kyle Hendricks. We just saw him last week at Wrigley, and man, over the years, he's almost like a totally unique guy right now in the big leagues. And who knows, for some of your young guys who had never seen him before, he gave him a little bit of a problem last week.
He did, and you looked at his ERA, I think it was 8 or 9 before that game, and he pitched really well against us. We do have some guys that have seen him now, and he's a little bit of an acquired taste, but he can throw his changeup whenever he wants to. He hides the ball pretty well. His fastball plays a little bit better than maybe the velocity, and can drop his curveball anytime he wants to. So to have a little experience with him and see him one time around, I think you have a better idea when you get in the box against him today.
That's the Giants manager. We'll get you ready for Game 2 of the series right after this.
This has been the Bob Melvin Show.
Sponsored by Honda. Hurry into your local Honda dealer today. By Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. And by Amici's East Coast Pizzeria. When you want the best pizza in town, Amici's delivers.
This concludes our Giants pregame. Sponsored by 5 Star Bank. Learn more at 5starbank.com. First pitch is moments away. This is the Giants Radio Network.
Summer's heating up. Let Industrial Metal Supply make your summer metal projects easy. Working on cars, boats, RVs, or motorcycles, we've got everything you need. Tubing, diamond plate, sheet metal, and more. Backed by 75 years of experience, Industrial Metal Supply is your one-stop shop with everything in one superstore, so you save time and money. There are over 35,000 items stocked in our 65,000 square foot warehouse. Choose from aluminum, steel, stainless steel, brass, copper, ornamental iron, and more. Buy in any quantity. Have it cut to any size. Walk in, pick it up the same day, or have it delivered the next day. Shop online at industrialmetalsupply.com. Whether you're a large-scale metal manufacturer, small welding shop, or do-it-yourselfer, Industrial Metal Supply has it all. We're open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Take the Brokaw Road exit off 880 and see us at 569 Charcot Avenue in San Jose. Or go to industrialmetalsupply.com for directions. That's industrialmetalsupply.com. Industrial Metal Supply. Metal made easy.
This is Vanessa Deniston, senior attorney at the Dolan Law Firm.
The Dolan Law Firm handles a diverse line of cases from personal injury to employment law.
We're proud to say the Dolan Law Firm is just as diverse in our attorneys and staff. The Dolan Law Firm consistently achieves outstanding results with over $1 billion in verdicts and settlements.
The Dolan Law Firm, the best, most diverse personal injury and employment law firm we hope you'll never need.
Contact us at dolanlawfirm.com.
This is DJ Kurtzy, San Francisco Bay Area Region President at 5 Star Bank. 5 Star is a highly respected and award-winning community business bank serving clients in the San Francisco Bay Area. We offer highly customized banking services to business owners, nonprofit leaders, and entrepreneurs who want to work with a bank that they can trust. We have exceptional industry expertise, a speed to serve, and commitment to economic development. Above all, we believe in San Francisco. Reach out to us at 5starbank.com.
The skippers have swapped lineup cards. The umps have gone over the ground rules. And Bo Mel's Giants are suited up in the orange and black. The best broadcast team in baseball is in the booth. Their mics are on.
Good morning, good afternoon, and sit your butt down.
And we're just moments away from first pitch. San Francisco Giants baseball is on the air. sponsored by
Honda. Hurry into your local Honda dealer today. Bank of America, the official bank of the San Francisco Giants. Hawaiian Airlines. Book your next Hawaii vacation at hawaiianairlines.com.
It's a grand slam! Can you believe it? And Oracle Park is berserk.
Giants baseball is also sponsored in part by Dignity Health, the official healthcare provider of the San Francisco Giants. And by Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Full service, total trust.
This is the Giants Radio Network.
Tonight from Oracle Park in San Francisco, beautiful night for baseball, and it's game 2 of this 4-game series, the Giants and the Chicago Cubs. Hi, everybody. Dave Fleming along with Dwayne Kuiper. Kuiper will have the middle innings tonight on our radio broadcast. Darren Chand is our producer-engineer. We are all glad to have you with us. The night after the Giants honored Willie Mays here in San Francisco, the city that he called home for so many years, and the Giants, a stirring comeback win, a much-needed win to snap out of their losing streak. Now the Giants will look to make it 2 in a row on a night where, with this beat-up starting rotation, the Giants don't have a designated starter. Randy Rodriguez is going to begin the game. Bob Melvin's going to have to mix and match. Mason Black is here on the active roster again, so we might see Mason in this game. The Cubs will counter with the veteran right-hander Kyle Hendricks, who pitched very well against the Giants at Wrigley Field just last week. So it's Hendricks against the Giants bullpen. Game 2 of the series. When we come back, the national anthem, the full starting lineups, and then the first pitch. The Giants and the Cubs baseball coming up next.
As the faithful knows, it takes a strategic and powerful team to win the game, ferociously competitive with finesse. For over 35 years, Hobbs Law has been that winning team. Hobbs Law has delivered more than $500 million in verdicts and settlements for folks who have been injured due to someone else's carelessness or negligence. There's a reason you've heard so much about Hobbs Law: a shrewd defense, a tenacious offense. To get the help you need, visit HobbsLaw.com. That's HobbsLaw.com. Hobbs Law, they fight to make it right.
Amazon Pharmacy presents Painful Thoughts.
The guy in front of me in the pharmacy line is halfway through an incredibly detailed 17-minute story about his gout. A story likely more painful than the gout itself.
Next time, save yourself the pain and let Amazon Pharmacy deliver your meds right to your door. Amazon Pharmacy. Healthcare just got less painful.
Hey there, it's Chasta. You may have heard that the Alameda County Sheriff's Office is hiring, but did you know they're specifically looking for female candidates? The unique and valuable qualities women bring and the positive impact they have on the community that they serve is reflected in the culture of the Alameda County Sheriff's Office, and that is a culture that ACSO would like to continue to grow. My heart is with the Sheriff's Department. My dad was a deputy sheriff, and if your heart is in it too, visit them at joinacso.com today. That's joinacso.com.
Winning is always a team sport. When we're all in, magic happens. When it comes to healthcare, the team at Sequoia Hospital is all in too and committed to exceptional, compassionate care. Dignity Health, official healthcare provider of the San Francisco Giants.
This is Giants baseball on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
All right, back here in San Francisco, Giants and the Cubs. Just a few moments ago, the national anthem, proudly sponsored by River Islands. Come home to River Islands in Lathrop and discover the San Joaquin River lifestyle with its lakes, parks, and schools. Start your tour today at riverislands.com.
As the Giants continue to celebrate Pride all month long, please welcome members of San Francisco's own, the San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light, proudly we hail as the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. We're so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, came through the night
completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
In the mound for the second time in a week against this Giants team. Meanwhile, speaking of, Giants 37-42, fourth place in the National League West coming into tonight. Brett Wisely back in the leadoff spot. The Giants starting shortstop this evening, hitting first. Elliot Ramos just having a great year in center field. Another big game yesterday. He bats second. Patrick Bailey doing the catching. Bailey hits third. Jorge Soler, DH and cleanup hitter. Matt Chapman at third base hitting fifth. Michael Conforto in left field. He bats sixth. Tyro Estrada, third baseman, and seventh place hitter David Villar gets the start over at first base tonight. He'll hit eighth. And the right fielder is Luis Matos tonight. He bats ninth. The pitcher for the Giants is Randy Rodriguez, who is not going to go all that deep in this game, but Randy's been very resilient. He has been an innings eater for the Giants, even in more of a pure relief role. And overall, he's having a nice, solid rookie season. 2-1 with a 4.82 ERA. Earned run average not overwhelmingly great, but I think Rodriguez is throwing the ball better than that. The Giants have a lot of confidence in him. So he's on the field now. The Giants have taken the field wearing their Tuesday City Connect uniforms. And we're just a moment away from first pitch time. A message sponsored by Kugelman Law, your tax and crypto attorneys. Schedule a consultation online at sftaxteam.com. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the San Francisco Giants. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Francisco Giants. Umpires Adrian Johnson, who tends to have a very small strike zone, so he might be the most hitter-friendly umpire in the game right now. That could be a factor tonight. He's the crew chief. He's behind home plate. Quinn Wolcott at first, Junior Valentine at second, and Ramon De Jesus, he is the umpire at third. So Rodriguez is just about ready to go. Randy, last pitch only a couple days ago in that final game in St. Louis, pitched a scoreless inning, only needed 11 pitches to do it. Got called up in early May, so he's been with the Giants now for the bulk of 2 months and getting a chance to start the game here tonight. Horner, Bush, and Bellinger for the Cubs. And the leadoff batter for Chicago, Nico Horner, the Bay Area native, sponsored by UCSF. Fans, when it comes to caring for kids, UCSF Benioff Children's Hospitals give families a home field advantage. So we're about to start. Rodriguez comes set. First pitch of the night is high and tight. Look out, man. Right up toward the face of Nico Horner. That is not the way anybody wants the game to get started. 97-mile-an-hour fastball, and that was coming right for his nose. Start on time, 6:45, and it's 62 degrees. Little delay. There was a ball behind the home plate area, and nobody had picked it up. 1-0 pitch. And that fastball, that one a lot closer, but it also missed. It's 2-0. Nico Horner, not having a big year. He had a great year last year. He takes this one in tight, another fastball, and it's 3-0. 241 average, only a couple home runs. Very good defensive player. Feels like he's going to have a long, successful major league career, but he's not been swinging the bat great. Rodriguez does not want to walk him to start the game. His 3-0 pitch is right down the middle for a called strike one. So 6:45, 62 degrees, our time at temp. Sponsored by Habas Law. They'll fight to make it right. Visit habaslaw.com. 3-1 pitch. That is in there for strike two. Did I see that someone from Habas Law was here to throw out the ceremonial first pitch tonight? I thought I saw that. 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Strike three. Got him with a fastball at 97. Randy Rodriguez was wobbly with his command those first few pitches, and yet he comes back to strike out Nico Horner. One away. And up comes Michael Busch. The Giants defensive alignment is sponsored by Stevens Creek Toyota. Over 500 vehicles to choose from. Shop and save today at Stevens Creek Toyota, the obvious choice. Busch hits a first pitch slider foul for strike one. Set the Giants defense for you. Conforto in left. Ramos in center, and there's still some bright sunshine in center field and right field. Matos playing right tonight for the Giants. The 0-1 pitch to the left-handed hitting Busch. He swings and misses. Fastball at 98. It's 0-2. On the infield, Chapman at third. Wisely, who right now is shaded way up the middle. He's the shortstop. Estrada at second. VR at first, and Patrick Bailey doing the catching. 0-2. Busch strikes out swinging on another slider. Bailey picks it out of the dirt, throws to first for the putout, 2 down. Those were swings of a hitter who was looking like he was having a hard time seeing the ball. And you hear the boos for Cody Bellinger. Last night we started a little bit late because of the ceremonies to honor Willie Mays. Good reason. Both teams knew that the game was going to start late. Here's a strike to Bellinger. A little wraparound slider on the outside corner. No score, just underway here at Oracle Park. Tonight, the regular 6:45 start time, and fans are still pouring into their seats, getting settled in. Now, time. Bellinger used his timeout. 0-0 game, top of the first. 2 outs, nobody on. Bellinger. He's been swinging the bat well. 9 home runs, 34 batted in. He takes a changeup outside for a ball. That one wasn't real close. The changeup last few times out, we didn't see that much from Randy Rodriguez for, say, the first month of his rookie season. Using it more lately. Here's a swing and a miss. A slider, strike two. Those are swings of a hitter who's having a hard time picking up spin. Just like Michael Busch. We'll see if Rodriguez goes back to that slider here in a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Bellinger takes a slider down and in. So we saw that one. That was a good take. Giants are hoping Rodriguez can go a couple innings. Who knows? Maybe even 3. 2-2. That one's low. 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Full count now, 3-2. Second full count among the first 3 hitters of the night. Rodriguez, 3-2 pitch is topped foul. Bellinger went way down to get the low slider. Did a good job of staying alive. No score, top of the first. 3-2. The pitch. Bellinger fouls this one back. That was a good fastball right on the outside corner. So Bellinger, he's seeing that one. It's a good job to spoil that pitch foul. Make Rodriguez throw at least one more. 17th pitch of the inning coming. Here it is. Bellinger takes ball 4. Not close. Changeup. He's having a hard time with that pitch. He went back to it in a 3-2 count and missed badly. Now Seiya Suzuki will come up with a runner aboard. We'll keep you posted on our Toyota out-of-town scoreboard throughout the night. Dodgers playing again on the south side of Chicago. They lead the White Sox 4-3, bottom 5. Padres just underway at home against the Washington Nationals after an extra inning win last night against the Nats. Here's ball 1 to Suzuki, well off the outside. Some games are rolling in already final, so the games that started back east this evening, some are wrapping up. 1-0 pitch, slider, and that one in nicely. Just kind of a get it in slider, strike 1. Wild game in Baltimore. 2 really good teams. The Cleveland Guardians, we'll see them on the next Giants road trip, and the Baltimore Orioles. 10-8 final. Cleveland wins. 1-1, another slider, and that one called strike 2. So it's 1-2 to the right-handed hitting Seiya Suzuki. 263 average, 8 home runs. Got off to a really hot start, then got hurt. 1-2. Fastball a little bit low. Good pitch. 2-2. It's turned into a higher pitch inning, though, for Randy Rodriguez. Runner at first, Bellinger with 2 down. Here's the 2-2. Suzuki fouls it straight back out of play. That was a 98-mile-an-hour fastball in on his hands. So the Cubs are battling here against young Rodriguez. Trying to dig deep and just get through it. 2-2 is lined out towards center field. Ramos trying to find it, gliding to his right. He reaches out and makes a catch. Out number 3. Man, it is bright in straightaway center field from all the way where we are behind home plate. We could see the sun reflecting off Elliot Ramos's sunglasses, but he makes the catch. Rodriguez,
not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Family owned and operated, selling and servicing Hondas in the East Bay for over 50 years. El Cerrito Honda's right off 80 on San Pablo Avenue near BART. Check out the great models in person or 24/7 online at elcerritohonda.com. El Cerrito Honda also has 4.6 stars on Google with over 3,000 reviews. El Cerrito Honda, more than just a car dealership, we're family. Experience the magic and visit us today or at elcerritohonda.com.
Ready for a better first-class travel experience this summer? Amtrak's got just the ticket with your own private room, complimentary meals, and newly upgraded bedding. Better summer travel, just an Amtrak away. Book early at Amtrak.com.
Back to Orange and Black Bats Kraken on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Brett Wisely swings at the very first pitch of the night from Kyle Hendricks and pops it up behind the mound. It's the third baseman, Christopher Morel, who's underneath it to make the catch. So Kyle Hendricks, who has this incredible track record of pitching well against the Giants no matter how the rest of his outings are going, gets the first pitch. And and gets an out with it to start the night. No score, Giants and Cubs here in the bottom of the first, and Elliot Ramos comes up. He even held Ramos in check at Wrigley last week. Ramos takes a strike, a sinker over the outside. It's 0-1, and he was doing it with tons of change-ups and curveballs. He is not a power pitcher, never has been. Kyle Hendricks, the 0-1. Ramos fouls this one off to the right. That fastball running in on his hands. Now the count is 0-2. Here's the windup and the pitch. And he misses down and away with a changeup. Last 10 starts head-to-head against the Giants for Kyle Hendricks. 6-0 with a sub-2 earned run average. 1-2. That one fouled off. We'll make those our By the Numbers, sponsored by Weichert Realtors. Weichert agents have guided thousands of buyers and sellers through every facet of home ownership. Don't settle for good, go for great. Work with a Weichert agent today. 7-2 career in 13 starts with a 2.30 earned run average against the Giants. He misses with a curve here outside. So Ramos has worked the count even, 2-2. Patrick Bailey on deck. Hendricks winds, deals. Ramos pulls this one on the ground toward third. It's a fair ball. Morel has it. Long throw to make one hop and right to the bag for the out. Pulled out by Michael Bush at first, 2 down. That was a nice play. Ramos hit that one straight down the third base line and off the bat. Really, I thought that had a great chance to be a hit. Instead, 2 down, bases empty for Patrick Bailey. And I do think it's an issue right now, not just the sun for the center fielder and the right fielder, but the sun is reflecting off that hitter's backdrop. 2 outs for Bailey. The pitch. Patrick lines this one to center. Crow Armstrong, though, is right there to make the catch. Ball came right to him. That was stung, but it's an out, and Kyle Hendricks has a quick 1-2-3 inning. Rodriguez back to the mound for the second. 0-0 on the KNBR.
The Giants Radio Network. Now back to the Orange and Black on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Inning number 2, 0-0. Giants Cubs. The pitch to Ian Happ is a little bit low for ball 1. It is the Taco Bell second inning. Stop by your local Taco Bell to try their new Cantina chicken menu, and remember to live Moss. Happ, switch hitter, batting left-handed, swings and misses. A slider from Rodriguez. Strike 1. Cubs got a walk in the first. Giants went down in order in the bottom of the first. So Happ, then Morel, and Swanson. 5-6-7 for the Cubs. Happ hits a liner, not a hard hit, past the pitcher, up the middle. Wisely plays it on a bounce and throws out Happ for out number 1. 1 out. And let's pause here for station identification on the KNBR Northern California Honda Dealers Radio Network.
This is the flagship of Giants baseball. Double play! KNBR and KNBR-FM San Francisco, the sports leader.
Strike 1 to Christopher Morel. We're in the second. No score. Giants Cubs. Watching the replay of that last soft line drive up the middle. It almost hit Rodriguez's glove on the way by. Here's a swing and a pop-up foul straight back out of play. Bailey had no idea where it was, but it was well beyond his reach back into the stands. It's 0-2. And then the little soft liner almost hit the bag at second. That would have been a bad break for the Giants, but it didn't. It took one bounce right to Wisely. Here is strike 3 called. 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Round number 2. Third strikeout already for Rodriguez. And up comes Dansby Swanson. The whole key for Randy Rodriguez, and it's always been this way from the time he was in the low minors, if he throws strikes, he's got really good stuff, and he has 3 different weapons. He's got the four-seamer, he's got the good slider, and he's got a changeup that's getting better. Here's a strike, a slider on the inside, 0-1. So second inning, no score. Giants Cubs, 2 outs, nobody on for Dansby Swanson. The pitch, up and away with a fastball, 1-1. Pitch. Swanson takes strike 2. Well, all that scouting report about Adrian Johnson in the small strike zone, he's given Rodriguez a couple pitches. That one looked to be maybe low, maybe even off the outside as well. Called strike 2. Here's the 1-2. Swanson fouls it back out of play. If Rodriguez can get through Swanson here, he's throwing 33 pitches. I think there's a decent chance that the Giants leave him in, at least to start the third inning on the mound. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He got him with the slider. So Randy Rodriguez, 2 scoreless innings and 4 strikeouts already. We'll go to the bottom of the second for the Giants. It'll be so late.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Hunter Hayes Alameda County Fair, open through July 7th. AlamedaCountyFair.com. We are KNBR, the sports leader, your home for Giants baseball.
Jorge Soler swings at the first pitch. It's a base hit into left field. Soler pulls a low liner into left. The first Giants hit of the game. Giants have hit a couple balls hard already. That's their first hit. So Soler is aboard against Kyle Hendricks. 0-0 Giants Cubs. Here in the bottom of the second, and the batter will be Matt Chapman, who hit a home run yesterday. His first home run in a month. It's been a while for Chapman. And it was a big play. The Giants were kind of down and out. It was 4-0 Cubs. Chapman hit the home run, and that started the whole comeback. Here's a very low strike. Well, so much for the small strike zone. I'm calling Mark Simon after the game. What's up with the umpire scouting report? Adrian Johnson's had a small strike zone for a lot of years. Tonight, though, he's opened it up a little bit. 0-1 to Chapman. Soler at first, nobody out. The pitch. Chapman takes a strike. Changeup. 80-mile-an-hour changeup over the outside. Kind of had that movement coming back to the corner. So now it's 0-2 to Chapman. Home run yesterday was his 9th of the year. The pitch. Well off the outside. Another changeup. It's 1-2. Well, you can vote now for the MLB All-Star Game. Send your Giants to Texas this summer. Select the Giants as your favorite team to be entered to win a Giants jersey. Vote daily at sfgiants.com/all-star. 1-2. Just off the outside. That sinker didn't quite come back to the corner. So it's 2-2. The Giants and the Cubs. Just saw the Cubs last week at Wrigley. Now this 4-game series tomorrow evening, Thursday afternoon. And that'll be it in the regular season between these two old rivals. Chapman pulls this one sharply foul on the third base side. So still 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's another just spectacular night. The air is so clear. We can see the peak of Mount Diablo, all the East Bay Hills from Berkeley all the way down to Hayward. Here's a ball outside. Curveball. Good take by Chapman. 3-2. It's be interesting to see if Chapman swings and misses a lot. Soler's not a fast runner, but Kyle Hendricks usually not a strikeout pitcher. See if the Giants get frisky and send Soler. 3-2. Here's the pitch. He's not going, and Chapman tops it foul. Late emergency kind of swing, and I think he had to. That pitch was right on the corner. Good job by Chapman to fight it off foul, stay alive. I think it makes sense. Hendricks is not known for strikeouts, but too many things working against you. Faster runner at first, I think Bob Melvin might put him in motion. Cubs still think it's a possibility. Hendricks steps off and throws over to first. Soler got back easily. Here's the pitch. Chapman fouls it back. I think a lot of times a manager, at least it used to be, maybe the modern game has changed enough to where this isn't as much the case, but it used to be a manager would say there are 3 elements to this decision. Do you send a runner 3-2? Is the runner fast? Is the pitcher going to swing and miss a lot? Here's the 3-2. Chapman pulls this one foul. Does the catcher have a really good arm? And if 2 of those 3 were in your favor, and you really thought, okay, even if I don't put the ball in play, can I still stay out of an out on the bases? Then you might put the play in motion. This will be the 10th pitch of the at-bat here. Chapman's battling. 3-2 is top foul again. Another changeup. I mean, these aren't real balanced swings from Chapman. He's fighting hard just to hang in there. Kyle Hendricks starting to look a little frustrated. This will be the 11th pitch of the at-bat. Nobody out here in the second. This is a big moment in this game. No score. Runner at first already. 3-2. Chapman fouls this one off to the right. All the way up into the upper deck. Chapman's going to see another one, the 12th pitch of the at-bat coming up here. What a battle. 3-2. Chapman pulls this one foul on the third base line. sends Matos and a couple others scrambling for cover in the Giants dugout. So now 12 pitches already in this sequence and 6 straight foul balls, all with 2 strikes, obviously. Another 3-2. It's ball 4. Wow. Chapman draws the walk, and that was about as good as it gets. I guess the only better walk you could draw would be like the one that Wilmer drew last night, a walk-off walk to win the game. So now Conforto comes up after a 13-pitch at bat and a walk. Giants have 2 on with nobody out. We'll see if Conforto. The pitch, he takes low, ball 1. Can keep building that pressure on Kyle Hendricks. Conforto finally had some productive at-bats in St. Louis. He had been a frustrated hitter for a good long while. The 1-0. That one is hit foul, just barely. Change up. 1-1 the count. Well, Conforto and Kyle Hendricks, these guys aren't strangers. Some of the young Giants hitters, you kind of feel for him. If you've never faced Kyle Hendricks, he's so different than everybody else. The 1-1. Conforto swings and misses. Another changeup. He was out in front, 1-2. Conforto's had 9 at-bats against him in his career and 12 plate appearances, and he's got 3 hits and 3 walks, so he's had some success. But behind in the count here, 1-2. The pitch is low. Why not stick with that changeup? But Conforto took it this time. Hendricks had an 8-pitch first inning, and he's already thrown 18 pitches here in the second, and he hadn't gotten an out. So a much different inning for the Giants hitters. 0-0. 2 on, nobody out. Conforto hits one and into right field, a base hit. Soler coming around third. He's going to get the go sign. The throw comes home. It's late. Soler scores standing, and the Giants have the first run of the game. It's 1-0. Chapman went around to third. Michael Conforto comes through. Didn't hit it all that hard, just perfectly placed, and that's good hitting when you got that opening on the right side. Maybe not quite as big if there was only a runner at first base, but still, Michael Busch was playing toward the line, kind of right behind Chapman, and Conforto took advantage. So still nobody out, a run in for the Giants. And Tommy Hotovy, the pitching coach, is coming out for a chat. Well, gives us a chance to remind you the giveaway Tiki mug is coming back, a twist of Logan Webb. Sunday, July 14th, Giants and the Twins. First 20,000 fans get a Logan Webb Tiki mug presented by Hotel Via. Have a beverage with Logan Webb anytime. He's a good guy to have a beverage with. He's the friendliest Giant. sfgiants.com/promotion. So that's the last game before the All-Star break, right? Giants and the Twins. All right, meeting over. Hotovy back in the dugout. Giants have a run in, and now a chance for a big inning. Thairo Estrada, first and third, nobody out. First pitch. Thairo fouls it back. Wow, he had a good pitch to hit, a sinker right out over the plate. And he just could not quite square it up. I think he'd like to see that one again. We got David Villar on deck. This is big here for Estrada, just to make sure you get at least one more. Don't put it all on Villar, who just got back up to the big leagues. 0-1. That one is on the outside, called strike 2. So now Thairo, he's got a battle just like Chapman did. You do have the scenario because Chapman's at third. Conforto is being held at first by Busch. The right side of the infield is wide open. Infield is back. 0-2. Misses away. A curve. 1-2. And Thairo, he's got 39 runs batted in this year. So he's been productive in these kind of spots. He's got more RBIs than any other Giant. The 1-2. He swings and misses here, though. Strike 3. And That hurts because now the pressure's on VR. He's still got a lot of ways to get a run home. Don't necessarily need a hit, but for Tyro, frustrating at bat there not to be able to put the ball in play, where the Cubs were essentially going to give the Giants a run on a ground ball. Now they have a chance to turn two if they can get a ground ball. VR, the hitter. He swings and drives one to left. Hit very well. It's going to be caught on the warning track by Ian Happ. Tagging at third, Chapman. He'll come in to score. Man, that was some loud contact from David VR. And all he gets is a sac fly, but a very good job by him. It's 2-0 Giants. That just sounded like an explosion off his bat. He hit it 106 miles an hour. And Ian Happ did well. He kind of got turned around at first. It was hit so hard. He did well to get there and catch it. Conforto stayed at first. Now 2 down for Matos, and it's a 2-run inning for the Giants. Matos takes a strike, a changeup, and that's a good take. Even though it was called a strike, that's a perfect pitch right on the outside, right at the knees. Matos batting average now 226. It's been a struggle for him. Conforto started, stopped, and now a check swing foul. Conforto was getting ready to go and then decided he didn't get a good enough jump. Sometimes you wonder if the hitter sees that. Might have been a little distracting for Matos, and he didn't have the kind of swing he usually has, just a check swing foul. Giants 2, Cubs nothing. 0-2 the count to Matos. Throw to first. Conforto dives back safely. By the way, there's nobody warming up in the Giants bullpen, so Randy Rodriguez, he's going to stay in this game. You got 8-9-1 due up for the Cubs in the third. 2 runs are in for the Giants here. 0-2 the pitch. Matos hits a little fly ball into shallow center. Pete Crow Armstrong sprinting in, but out from is Nico Horner, and he'll catch it for out number 3. But the Giants get 2 against Kyle.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
The Dominican Hospital is all in and committed to exceptional, compassionate care. Dignity Health, official healthcare provider of the San Francisco Giants.
Now back to Giants Gloves Poppin' on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
First pitch from Rodriguez to Pete Crow Armstrong, and he went around. Tried to check his swing, but that was ruled a swing. So it's strike one. The Giants have 2 runs in. They lead 2-0. The pitch, Crow Armstrong swings and misses. That was a slider, and it's 0-2. So a nice job by the Giants, especially David VR there, to turn that into a 2-run inning after the strikeout from Hendricks against Estrada. 0-2 is swung on and missed, strike 3. Randy Rodriguez, he's piling up the strikeouts already. That's 5 of them, 1 out into the 3rd. And the catcher, Miguel Amaya, comes up. For every strikeout by Giants pitchers, Golden State will make a donation this season to the Junior Giants. Sponsored by Golden State. When you succeed, we succeed. Visit us today at goldenstatelumber.com. First pitch to Amaya is off the inside, ball 1. Sean Jelly is the guy who's up in the Giants pen. So Jelly is warming up. Here it comes. Amaya takes a slider in there for a strike, 1-1. Leadoff hitter and a right-handed hitter, Nico Horner, is on deck. So we'll have to wait and see whether Bob Melvin's idea is if they get a base runner, he's going to make the move. Here's a foul off to the right. Or maybe he's circled Michael Busch and Cody Bellinger after Horner. If somebody does reach base, a couple lefties, maybe then he'd bring Sean Jelly into the game. We'll see. Giants lead 2-0 in the 3rd. 1-2 is hit to left center. Kind of in no man's land. Ramos coming over. He's going to make the call, and Conforto will peel off. Ramos takes charge and catches it 2 down. Ramos is, I think he's feeling more and more comfortable out in center field. He is not deferring. He is taking leadership out there, and it's good to see. That's what you're supposed to do in that position. So 2 outs, nobody on, and Nico Horner will face Randy Rodriguez for the 2nd time. First pitch. Wow, called a ball. There's the small strike zone. That was right on the outside corner and right to the target. But called a ball, 1-0. Rodriguez to the plate. Slider in for a strike. As we come to you live from the Hawaiian Airlines broadcast booth. Very calm night out on the bay. We have some wind here in the ballpark, but not as windy as it can be. There's a swing and a miss. A huge swing by Horner. 1-2. You can almost see Nico Horner's high school from here. You can see his hometown. He's from Oakland. He went to Head Royce. It's kind of tucked back in the trees over there in the East Bay, so it's hard to see from the booth. 1-2 pitch.
Independently owned and operated.
We are KNBR, the sports leader, your home for Giants baseball.
Coming to you live from the Hawaiian Airlines broadcast booth. Top of the order for the Giants. Brett Wisely will lead off against Kyle Hendricks. And he takes the big curve, called a strike. It's 0-1. Giants 2, Cubs 1. Wisely, Ramos, and Bailey for the second time against Hendricks. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Wisely hits a shot on one hop, and it gets right by the second baseman, Horner. That's a base hit for Wisely. Low topspin liner coming right at Nico Horner, who's a very good defensive player. And he just couldn't pick it. And I understand why, because Wisely hit it hard with topspin. That was a tough play. So Wisely's aboard. Giants have their third hit of the game against Kyle Hendricks. The batter is Elliot Ramos. He takes one high and tight, a curve that didn't curve. Ball 1. The leaderboard update sponsored by Bank of America, proud sponsor of the Junior Giants, helping inspire tomorrow's leaders on and off the field. Month of June, Elliot Ramos has 22 runs batted in, the most of any player in the big leagues in June. He takes this one, called a ball right toward the outside corner. It's 2-0. And Ramos had the big game last night, but did not have any runs batted in. Had 2 singles, a double, and a walk. He was great after the game. We talked to him after the game. Here's the 2-0. Wisely runs. Ramos swings and misses. The throw, and he is out. What a tag by Nico Horner. Now the Giants want to take a look and see. Wisely. And the Giants won't challenge. He was out. Throw and the tag, I gave Horner credit. It was a good tag, but the throw really actually just came right to the glove. He just caught it, and that was the tag. So 1 out. Ramos swings and misses at a curveball. 2-2. Well, that's part of the story here. The Giants have been victimized by the steal, and they haven't been able themselves to get the running game going. Ramos uses his time. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count to Elliott. Here's the pitch from Kyle Hendricks. Pulled on the ground, foul. Another curve. Ramos has been a little off balance against these curveballs. The 2-2 pitch. Ramos drives this one to right field, going back quickly on it, Bellinger, and he'll come in now a step and reach out and make the catch. Well, that one was hit with a lot of topspin, I think, and it almost fooled Bellinger. Not this time for Ramos. Up comes Patrick Bailey. Ramos, part of what made us chuckle last night, he was so great about the catch he made in center field and paying tribute to Willie Mays and how much Mays means to him, even though obviously he never got to watch him play. Patrick Bailey takes strike 1, but then Ramos also said that double he hit off the wall in right center, he thought it was out, and it really, in the end, it didn't come that close to going out. And Patrick Bailey said, at night, in that direction, here's a pitch outside, 1-1. I don't think it's impossible for Elliott to do it, but it is different trying to go the opposite way on a cool San Francisco night in this park. 1-1. And that one misses outside. Ball 2. Bailey scorched a liner his first time up, and it was caught in center field by Pete Crow Armstrong. .295 average for Patrick Bailey, 6 home runs. He swings and hits this one to center. Crow Armstrong went back a step, now comes in, still coming in, reaches up, makes the catch. And that's out number 3. Dwayne Kuiper is going to come over and join you on the radio side. After 3, it's Giants 2, Cubs 1.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
CUBS.com/careers and apply online today.
This is Giants Baseball on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Dwayne Kuiper back here at Oracle Park as we get ready for the fourth inning. Jelly throws to Happ, and he chucks in a strike to make it 0-1. Giants are leading 2-1 as they've picked up 2 runs on 3 hits. Jelly throws again. Happ of the bouncing ball to first. VR's got it. He'll flip it to Jelly covering. And Jelly literally 3 steps off the mound. That's how tall he is. So Happ is retired. And that'll bring up Christopher Morel, the young third baseman for the Chicago Cubs. Morel struck out looking in the second. Here he takes a strike on the outside corner. Randy Rodriguez really threw the ball extremely well. As this is bounced up the middle, near the bag at second is Wisely. Wisely throws in time. So 2 quick outs. The next out will be the 21st out of the game, sponsored by 21st Amendment's Hell or High Watermelon Wheat Beer, summer in a can. Dansby Swanson takes a strike. But getting back to Randy Rodriguez, he struck out 5 in 3 innings. As Jelly, right now, a strike throwing machine, throws another one at the knees for a strike. He walked 2. And unfortunately, one of those walks led to a stolen base and then a base hit. Sharply on the ground to third, where Chapman's got it. His throw, perfect, side retired. 3 ground balls, 3 outs. Giants are coming up. Soler, Chapman, Conforto. They lead in this one 2-1 on the KNBR Northern California Honda Dealers.
roster of fine home builders that are creating all new neighborhoods near the San Joaquin River, alongside a lake, or close to parks or trails. You can start your tour now at riverislands.com. Isn't it time for you to discover the islands?
Back to Orange and Black Bats Kraken on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Jorge Soler standing in. Giants lead 2-1. As Kyle Hendricks throws, and Soler takes a breaking ball outside for a ball. Soler opened up the second inning with a base hit, and then he scored the first run for the Giants. So here's the Cubs right-hander. He throws, and Soler takes another breaking ball, but this one falls in there for a strike. Giants scored both their runs in the second inning. Hendricks deals. Soler jumps back out of the way with a fastball. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Giants trying to win their second game in a row after going through a 1-5 road trip. Soler takes a strike. That one hits the inside corner. It's 2-2. Soler trying to reach to lead off this fourth inning. Hendricks throws. Soler waves at a breaking ball that was way outside, and Hendricks gets his second strikeout. So here's Matt Chapman. Chapman drew a walk in the second and scored, and here he tries to check his swing, and Hendricks ties him up, and it's no balls and 1 strike. So Kyle Hendricks has settled down since that second inning, throws, and Chapman jumps back out of the way on a pitch inside to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Giants lead 2-1 here in the fourth. Hendricks throws. Well, I'll tell you what, it's called a ball. Adrian Johnson started to raise that right arm and then kept it from moving any higher than just a flinch. It's 2 balls and a strike. And the Cubs right-hander throws, and there's a shot on the ground on 1 hop to Nico Horner. He's got it. He throws to first. Chapman is retired. Then here's Michael Conforto. Well, gear up to beat LA this weekend as the Dodgers come to Oracle Park for their final visit. On Saturday, the first 20,000 fans get a Beat LA Aloha shirt, and that's presented by StubHub. Conforto with a fly ball to center field. Routine for Crow Armstrong. He makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. Get your tickets at sfgiants.com/promotions.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
step. Classes can fill up quickly, so enroll today at icangotocollege.com.
This is Giants Baseball on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Crow Armstrong takes a called strike as we start the fifth inning. Giants with a 2-1 lead. Crow Armstrong hitting in the A slot. It's a high foul down the left field line and out of play. The fifth inning is sponsored by TimberTech. TimberTech decking and railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Second strikeout for Jelly. Here's Miguel Amaya. And the first pitch to Amaya is a called strike. By the way, that last inning, as this is bounced up the middle, this will be a tough play. Wisely goes to his left. Got it. Throws him out by 2 steps. The fourth inning had Sean Jelly throw 7 pitches and Kyle Hendricks 10. 17 pitches in 1 inning. And here we have another, at least this half inning, with a couple of quick outs. And the hitter is Nico Horner. And the pitch, and there's a strike on the outside corner. And the next pitch is down low. Horner doesn't leave the box. Jelly works quickly, and it's high. Haven't called too many pitches high from either pitcher or pitchers in this game. But that one certainly was. It's now 2-1. And the pitch. Sharp ground ball into the hole and past the diving Wisely. Horner with a 2-out single, bringing Michael Bush to the plate, and here comes Bob Melvin. So Melvin taking the walk. He's got a lefty, Taylor Rogers, up with the bullpen. So Jelly's going to depart when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and repair experts.
Take the lead. The Giants Radio Network. Giants Radio Network.
I don't believe it. All right, back here at Oracle Park is Taylor Rogers throws his warm-up pitches. Giants are leading in this one by a score of 2-1, and Bob Melvin did not want to see happen what happened in the third when Warner got a 2-out hit, stole a bag, and then scored on a single. So Horner with his lead, and Michael Bush takes a pitch outside for a ball. One ball and no strikes. Horner with his lead, he's leaning, does not go, and Bush takes a strike. The fastball right on the outside corner. So Jelly does a nice job. He came in with 2 outs in the third inning. And the pitch way outside to Michael Bush. Rogers trying to get the Giants off the field here in the fifth. He gets the sign from Bailey. Pauses at the letters and throws. And it's outside, not by much. Time now to ask the announcer, sponsored by Honda. Hurry into your local Honda dealer today. What's the story about who's going to start for the Giants tomorrow? Well, we got the answer for you. Here's the 3-1 to Bush. Chopper foul, first base side. We'll do it again. Hayden Birdsong will be called up for the minor leagues to make his major league debut in Sacramento this year. He's 5-2 with a 2.51 earned run average. He's got 75 strikeouts in 57 innings. 3-2 pitch is outside for a ball. Cubs are doing it again after 2 outs. The hitter's now Bellinger. So, there's your answer. Hayden Birdsong. Tomorrow. Here's Bellinger. A walk and a single. The pitch. And a breaking ball in there for a strike. Cubs runners at first and second with 2 outs. Rogers throws, swinging a foul. Fastball in on the hands of Bellinger, and he fouls it off the backstop. Oh, 0-2 to tonight, the Cubs right fielder, Cody Bellinger. Rogers sets at the belt, and the pitch. Swinging a foul down the third base line and then out of play. So Rogers ready and Bellinger again waiting. And now timeout is called. So we'll reset the clock. Everybody's ready. Rogers at the belt. And the pitch. Swinging a chopper foul. Emergency swing by Bellinger. And he's pretty good at it. So we'll reset and do it again with Horner at second and Bush at first. Rogers, double look to second. The pitch. Strike 3 call on the outside corner to Bellinger. And that'll end the inning. No runs, a hit, a walk, 2 left. Bottom of the 5th coming up. It'll be Estrada, VR, and Matos, 7.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Stand. The tradition lives on at California's oldest one-mile racetrack. Horse racing free with fair admission. Visit AlamidaCountyFair.com.
We are KNBR, the sports leader, your home for Giants baseball.
First pitch to Tyro Estrada is a called strike. Bottom of inning number 5 with the Giants leading 2-1. Estrada struck out in the second. Swing and a miss, 0-2. So just like that, he finds himself way behind in the count, and he'll have to fight with the crafty Kyle Hendricks. Here's the 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. David Villar on deck, and then Luis Matos. Giants would love to have this bottom of the order set up the top of the order. The 1-2 delivery. Swinging a high fly ball to the left, but it's in the park. As Ian Happ comes in, and he makes the catch. Let's pause for station identification. This is the KNBR Northern California Honda Dealers Radio Network.
This is the flagship of Giants baseball. Double play! KNBR and KNBR FM San Francisco, the sports leader.
I'm Dwayne Kuiper along with Dave Fleming, John Miller on assignment, and my crew go over on the TV side. DC right behind me. VR with a swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike. He hit the ball very well in the second inning. And he picked up a sacrifice fly to give the Giants the lead. Here he's behind 0-1. Hendricks deals, and it's up high. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch, and VR takes a strike on the outside corner. So now it's 1-2. Hendricks is back to his old tricks against the Giants. He allowed a hit to Wisely to lead off the third, and nobody since then. The 1-2. Swinging a pop-up. Center field coming in is Crow Armstrong. He'll be up there to make the catch for out number 2. We're coming to you live from our Hawaii. Matos popped out in the second, and he hits one high down the left field line, near the foul line, towards the seats, and then into the seats as Happ gave chase and eventually ran out of room. Giants scored twice in the second. Cubs came back and scored once in the third. And that's where we stand. 2-1, both teams with just 3 hits. The 0-1 to Matos. Down and away, changeup. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hendricks with 67 pitches as he looks into his catcher Amaya, and the pitch. Chopper foul right into and then out of the Giants dugout along the third base side. It's 1-2. Both teams come into this game with the same record, 37 and 42. The pitch in the dirt, 2-2. Giants are 3 and 7 in their last 10 games. The Cubs are 4 and 6. I like the Giants trying to get to that 500 mark. The 2-2. Chopper to third, but it's going to kick foul. You say, well, so what happens when you get to the 500 mark? Well, that's the mark you get to, and then you take off. That's the play. And then get some guys healthy. That's the plan. 2-2 pitch. Shot to third, down the line, but just foul. Foul by maybe a couple of inches. Morrell made a valiant leap for it, but yeah, maybe half a foot or a foot. Two and two. The pitch. Shot on the ground, into the hole. Swanson dives off his glove, and it rolls into left field for a base hit. So here's Wisely. Pretty good battle between Matos and Hendricks. And in this particular case, the kid wins the battle. So Wisely stands in. He's got a hit and 2 at-bats. And he takes a strike. I'm surprised he took that pitch. He's really been aggressive against Kyle Hendricks, but not in this at-bat. The pitch. Down and in. Third to go, but held up. Wisely hitting at 297. The 1-1. Big chopper to second. Corner's got it. He'll take his time, flip to first, and that'll do it. No runs, a hit, 1 left. We'll head to the 6th. Giants 2, Cubs 1. On KNBR Northern California Honda dealer.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
This is Giants Baseball on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
All right, back here at Oracle Park. It's the 6th inning. It's 2-1 Giants. Is Taylor Rogers. Stays out to pitch, facing Seiya Suzuki, and he backs him off with a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. Suzuki is lined out and struck out. Here he taps this one foul right at home plate. On our Toyota out-of-town scoreboard, before I get into the scores, in the very first inning in San Diego, the Nationals and Padres cleared the benches as Suzuki takes inside for a ball. Remember right, Profar won the game with a 2-out base hit last night for the Padres, and I think some of his antics in his celebration was a strike on the inside corner. Ticked off the Nationals, didn't sit too well, and when he came up to the plate, I don't know who the catcher is for the Nationals, but he pulled him aside and had a chat with him. And the bench is cleared at that point as Suzuki lines it up the middle for a base hit. And that's the first time in the game where the Cubs have had their leadoff hitter on. So anyway, a lot of pushing and shoving, and one of the instigators was Manny Machado. And of course, what does he do? He's the next hitter. After they hit Profar, Machado hits a home run. Well, right now, as they're headed to the 6th inning, San Diego is leading 5-4. Here's Happ. Happ takes high, 1 ball and no strikes. Happ had 1 at bat against Rodriguez, and he bounced out, and he had 1 at bat against Jelly, and he bounced out. Here he takes a strike on the outside corner to even the count. At 1 ball and 1 strike. Happ 2 for 4 lifetime against Rogers. Cues this one off the end of the bat. And off the screen, right near the visitors' on-deck circle. And now Taylor Rogers out in front, 1-2. Pitch. Very close, but maybe in tight. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The game in St. Louis with the Braves and the Cardinals postponed. Here's the 2-2 to Happ. Swing and a foul straight back. Pittsburgh beats Cincinnati in Ohio 9-5. Toronto beat Boston 9-4. The game was played at Fenway Park. Mets beat the Yankees 9-7. Another 2-2 pitch coming up to Happ. Swing and a foul straight back. Dodgers beat the White Sox 4-3. Miami over Kansas City in Kansas City 2-1. Milwaukee beat Texas at home 3-1. We got another 2-2 pitch to Ian Happ with Suzuki at first. Here it is. High pop-up foul down the right field line and out of play. Tampa Bay even up their record at 40-40 as they beat Seattle 11-3 at home. Detroit over Philadelphia at home 4-1. Note on that one is Suarez for the Phillies took the loss. He's 10-2. 2-2 pitch to Happ. Swinging a bouncing ball to short. Wisely's got it. He's second for 1. Throw to first. Double play. Very nicely done on a tricky hop to Wisely. He flips it to Estrada. And just like that, 2 outs. And here comes Bob Melvin. I'm going to talk to Bob. Bob kind of ruins my rhythm here on the radio. And I know that managing is important with all these changes, but my goodness, I get thrown out of rhythm and I got to get back into it again. And it's kind of like a wobbly wheel that is thumping down the street. But anyway, when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and smog experts. Brian Walker's coming into the game.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
And a safe, streamlined sales experience geared towards saving you time and money. Shop and save today. Stevens Creek Toyota, the obvious choice.
So Ryan Walker is your new pitcher with 2 outs and nobody on here in the 6th. Walker to face Christopher Morel. Morel, a strong right-handed hitter, takes a pitch low and away, 1 ball and no strikes. So Rogers gets the double play, and he gets taken out of the game. The 1-0. And it's low again, 2-0. Only guessing, but if the Giants had a 2-run lead, maybe you would have seen Rogers face Morel. But with a 1-run lead, nope. Here's the 2-0, and it's a strike on the outside corner. And let's see what he's got left for scoreboard. Cleveland beat Baltimore in Baltimore 10-8. A slugfest between 2 really good teams. Next pitch is strike again at the knees, and it's 2-2. In Arizona, the Twins and D-backs are tied 4-4 in the 7th. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and it's outside 3-2. The Angels have a 5-3 lead on the A's, and that's our Toyota out-of-town scoreboard. Toyota, let's go places. Payoff pitch is outside for a ball. So a 2-out walk. So that's the 3rd time the Giants have issued a walk with 2 outs. And here's Dansby Swanson, and he takes high, 1 ball and no strikes. Swanson is struck out, and he's rolled out to 3rd. And a quick toss to first, chasing Morel back. He's got 7 steals on the year. He's been caught twice. But for a guy that's pretty good size, he runs really well. He does not go, and there's a strike on the outside corner. Cubs are a running team. The Giants are not. Walker goes. The runner goes. The pitch is a strike. The throw to second. They got him. Whoa. Cairo Estrada dug the pitch out, applied the tag. The call was made, and now the Cubs are going to have the umpires look at it. And Morrell thinks he's safe. I think they got him.
Chicago is challenging the out call at second base.
I mean, Estrada made a really terrific play. The replay challenge is sponsored by Putnam Family Dealerships. Car shopping driven by you. I've known the Putnam people for a long time. Well, usually, if you watch the players on the field, they'll give you an indication of what they think the call is going to be. And the Giants players now are starting to walk off the field. I don't know if I'm quite that sure about it. Morrell at second base, he's walking off the field. He's the runner. So if they change this call, people
after review, the call on the field is confirmed. The runner is out. Chicago loses their challenge.
So the call is confirmed, out, and the inning is over. Giants are coming up. It'll be Ramos, Bailey, Soler. They lead in this.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
PutnamMazda.com for some big summer savings and a car shopping experience driven by you.
This is Giants Baseball on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Bottom of the sixth inning. Here's Hendricks to Ramos, and it's a called strike at the knees. By the way, treat your guests to one of Oracle Park's most unique spaces, and that's the Giants Suites for family and friends. Learn more at sfgiants.com/suites. Pitch is down low to Ramos. Ramos has actually hit the ball hard twice. He doesn't have anything to show for it. So he's 0 for 2 and the 1-1. Ground ball to third. Right there is Morrell. He's got a good strong arm, and he throws to first in time. So here's Bailey. Bailey lined out to center and then flied out to center. Each team with 4 hits. Bailey cues this one off the end of the bat, right to third for Morrell. And he will take his time and throw out Bailey, who slipped at the plate. 2 outs. So here's Jorge Soler. Soler singled and scored in the second, then struck out in the fourth. Looked like he's taking all the way, and he takes a pitch down low. So Soler at the plate with 2 down. The pitch. And that's a called strike. Hey, Dodgers are in town. And this Sunday, 15,000 fans get Mickey Mouse Ears hat, presented by Giardelli, and courtesy of Disneyland Resort. There's a bouncing ball to short. Right there is Swanson. He's going to throw him out, and that'll end the inning. Get your tickets at sfgiants.com/magic. Dave Fleming will be in. He'll take you the rest of the way here at Oracle Park. The Giants are leading 2-1 on the KBR Northern California.
Only at Taco Bell. Now back to Giants Gloves Poppin' on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Dave Fleming back with you here on the radio side of our Giants baseball broadcast. Giants have a 2-1 lead over the Cubs. We go to the 7th inning. Ryan Walker's still in the game, and a first pitch swing by Dansby Swanson. He went after that slider and fouled it straight back for strike one. Swanson's got power, 8 home runs. He's only hitting .218. He's not having a great offensive year, but he does have power, and it's a 1-run game. 2-1 Giants. It's been that way for a while. Here's the pitch. Swanson foul tips a sinker, strike 2. Giants got 2 in the second, and that's all they've gotten against Kyle Hendricks, who just, when Kyle Hendricks faces the Giants, he's going to pitch well. It's always been that way. And a bullpen night for the Giants, trying to piece it together and find a way to get a second straight win against the Cubs. 0-2 is swung on and missed, strike 3. 96-mile-an-hour fastball. So Ryan Walker gets his first strikeout. One away for Pete Crow Armstrong. You got Tyler Rogers, I'm sure, poised and ready to go for the 8th inning, and then Camilo Doval. So it's lined up nicely for Bob Melvin here if the Giants pitchers can do what they usually do. Crow Armstrong fouls the first pitch straight back. Count is 0-1. After this half inning, 7th inning stretch, sponsored by Dignity Health. Hello, human kindness. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch to Pete Crow Armstrong, and he fouls this one back. A 95-mile-an-hour sinker. It's 0-2. So the 2 runs for the Giants back in the second. Conforto got the RBI hit. David Villar got a sacrifice fly. Giants had 2 sacrifice flies in their 9th inning rally last night. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the slider. Nasty from Ryan Walker. 2 down. It's been nice to see the situational hitting. Bob Melvin even mentioned it to us on our show before the game about how it's good to see those sac flies just find a way to score some runs, even without maybe the big booming hit or the home run. Giants did that very well early in the year. Here's the 9th place hitter, the catcher Miguel Amaya. First pitch to him is just off the outside, ball 1. This top of the 7th inning, as always, is sponsored by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Got lucky sevens in your future? Here's a pitch for your next weekend getaway. Head to Cache Creek Casino Resort. Your getaway awaits. Slider low for ball 2. 2-0. You got the top of the order due up next. Nico Horner, the leadoff hitter. 2 down, nobody on. The pitch, Amaya swings and foul tips a sinker. Strike 1. Well, the Giants bullpen is quiet. So Ryan Walker's thrown 18 pitches. He got the final out in the 6th. He's gotten 2 outs here in the 7th. And Bob Melvin's trusting him just to finish this 7th inning off. Here's his 2-1. That one is top foul and a double hit on the ricochet. The follow-through swing hit the ball. So it's 2-2 to Miguel Amaya. 0 for 2 tonight. Has flied out and grounded out. Right-handed hitter. The pitch. Fouled away. Straight back out of play. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Giants defensively, Chapman as usual playing very deep at third. And the outfield's pretty deep all the way around, just trying to take away extra base hits in a 1-run game. We see more outfields play like this than ever before, I think, in the history of the game. Outfielders are playing deeper than ever. Here's the 2-2. That is low. 3-2. I think the offense is so down across baseball, and everybody's wringing their hands trying to figure out what's going on. I do think that outfield play is part of the reason. 3-2. Pulled foul. Maya's hanging in there against Ryan Walker. Just the extra base hit prevention. Teams have essentially just decided we're willing to give a single. We're not going to give the extra base hits. Another 3-2 pitch from Walker coming. He throws. Amaya, ground ball, right side. VR kind of wrestles with it, fields it cleanly, flips to Walker covering, and he gets to the bag in time for the putout. Ryan Walker retires the side in order in the 7th. 7th inning stretch time now here from Oracle Park.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
For details. Black Bear Diner. Feed your hunger.
Fuel your joy.
Winning is always a team sport. When we're all in, magic happens. When it comes to healthcare, the team at Sequoia Hospital is all in too and committed to exceptional, compassionate care. Dignity Health, official healthcare provider of the San Francisco Giants.
We are KNBR, the sports leader, your home for Giants baseball.
Matt Chapman for the Giants, first pitch swing, and he hits a pop-up on the infield. Coming in, Nico Horner from second. He catches it. One pitch, one out here in the bottom of the seventh. Giants lead 2-1. And Michael Conforto comes up. The drive of the game, sponsored by your Bay Area Chevy dealers. Visit BayAreaChevroletDealers.com. We're giving it to Michael. His RBI single back in the second. Put the Giants ahead 1-0. They got one more run in that inning. And they haven't gotten anything since. They've only had 2 hits since then. Against Kyle Hendricks, who throws. Conforto takes a strike. I mean, he is amazing. Against the Giants, he turns into Greg Maddux. He's had a great career. Don't get me wrong. Kyle Hendricks has been a really good pitcher for a long time, but he's not been great this year. Except for he turns back into his old self when he faces the Giants. He misses outside with a changeup. 1-1 to Conforto. Conforto's got the RBI single plus the fly out to center. Giants 2, Cubs 1. Now a swing and a miss. 1-2. Tyler Rogers up in the bullpen, so Ron Melvin's getting him warmed up and ready to go. I think almost certainly we'll see him start the 8th inning against the top of the lineup. Horner, Bush, and Bellinger coming up. 1-2. Here's the windup and the pitch. Conforto slaps one down the left field line. Foul. On the Toyota out-of-town scoreboard, I'm sure Kipe was going through a lot of these when he was over. Brewers beat the Rangers 3-1. Another win for Milwaukee. Dodgers did hold off the White Sox 4-3 final. Dodgers 50 wins, 31 losses. Here's a swing and a miss. Conforto goes down against that changeup. So Kyle Hendricks, only his 3rd strikeout, not as many strikeouts tonight as he had in Wrigley, but a lot of swings that look like that. Here's Tyro. Blue Jays snapped their losing streak. They beat the Red Sox at Fenway 9-4. How about the Mets? They've just pounded Garrett Cole. 9-7 the final score. Aaron Judge did hit his 29th home run. Here's a ground ball. Foul. Off the bat of Estrada. 2 down, nobody on. Giants 2, Cubs 1, bottom 7. Garrett Cole has to be some concern about that coming back from injury, and he got rocked. I don't think he had a strikeout. He gave up 4 home runs tonight without a strikeout. Padres now leading the Nationals 9-4. The Padres no Fernando Tatis, but they are swinging it tonight. Here's a pitch outside. 1-1 to Tyro. Giants trying to make it 2 in a row against the Cubs, but another one of these kind of games. 1-1 pitch. Estrada hits it foul. Off his foot. He hit one off the inside of his knee in St. Louis. It was just looked viciously painful. This one I don't think was off that same spot. No, in fact, this one was off his back right thigh. Man, that's a weird place to hit a foul ball. You don't see that very often. 1-2 the count to Tyro. Giants 2, Cubs 1. The windup from Hendricks, the pitch. Estrada checked his swing. Cubs asked for the appeal, denied by the first base umpire. That's Quinn Wolcott. 2-2. He'll be behind the plate tomorrow night for Hayden Birdsong's debut. That was big news before the game. Giants announced that he's going to make his major league debut. Here's a swing and a foul. Estrada hits the curve foul. Still 2-2. Hayden Birdsong very quickly up through the Giants system. He's got great stuff. He's raw. He's not very experienced. Giants admittedly are sort of pushing him hard. Estrada fouls another one away. they just have such an acute need. He did have an invite to Major League spring training, so the Giants big league staff got to see him up close this spring. He's only 22 years old and drafted just back in 2022, and he's going to make his Major League debut tomorrow. The 2-2 pitch. Estrada breaks his bat and hits a foul right off the end of the bat. He just barely made contact. A huge splinter went flying in the air. You heard the reaction from Giants fans. So Hayden Birdsong, who's from the state of Illinois, which is just a total coincidence, but you have to think for him that pitching against the Cubs for his debut will take on some extra meaning. The Giants drafted him out of Eastern Illinois. Now Amaya is going to come out and talk to Kyle Hendricks. Hendricks has thrown 95 pitches, and he's 2 outs in the 7th inning. Cubs do have a right-hander up in the bullpen. You would think this is probably it for him. Pitched great against the Giants back at Wrigley, and he's doing it again here tonight. 2-2. Estrada takes outside. Full count, 3-2. His only win of the year was against the Giants last week. Went 5 2/3. He's gone 6 2/3 already tonight. 3-2. Here's the pitch. Estrada lines one into left, and that is going to be a base hit. It kicks up off the body of Ian Happ, who keeps it around him, picks it up and throws it back in. Thairo Estrada, first hit in a while for the Giants. A solid 2-out single in front of David Villar. And it looks like Craig Counsell's sticking with Kyle Hendricks here. Just a really good, determined at bat by Thairo. Villar hit the sac fly back in the 2nd inning for the 2nd Giants run. That's the difference in the game right now. Throw to first. Estrada gets back safely. Villar did it on the first pitch of that at bat. He certainly, David Villar certainly has extra base power. See if he could get into one, and maybe the Giants can add to this 2-1 lead. Hendricks, quick to the plate, tough to run on. The pitch. Curve in for a strike. The big, slow curveball at 73 miles an hour. Twilight time. Sun has gone down long ago behind us. Still some light up above, though. Villar swings and misses at a changeup. That was kind of a wild off-balance swing. It's 0-2. Back in the box. 2 strikes to count. There goes Estrada. The pitch taken for strike 3. The throw to second, and they called Estrada out. It doesn't matter. It was called strike 3 anyway. Villar caught looking, and Kyle Hendricks finishes off the 7th.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Check out our specials at PutnamChevy.com and enjoy a car shopping experience driven by you.
This is Giants Baseball on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
We heard the attendance, another good crowd for Giants Cubs, 30,368. Attendance sponsored by the Contra Costa County Office of the Sheriff. Apply for your new career in law enforcement at cocosheriff.org. Giants have a 2-1 lead. We go to the 8th, and Tyler Rogers takes over. Rodriguez, Jelly, Taylor Rogers, Walker, and now Tyler in a 1-run game against the top of the order. Nico Horner, first pitch is hit down the right field line. Foul out of play. Horner's got that real inside-out kind of approach right now. Sure looks like he's just trying to shoot one to right field. Tyler throws. Horner hits a pop-up on the right side. VR into foul ground. He'll reach up and make the catch. Big first out because Nico has been running against the Giants a lot when he's been on base in these series of games, both in Chicago and here. And in a 1-run game, you figure if he'd gotten on, he was going to be looking to take off. Here's Michael Busch. Busch has an RBI single for the Cubs' only run, plus a walk. He takes low. The sinker misses, ball 1. Giants asked for the appeal, but it was denied. So Tyler Rogers, the pitch. That is in there for a strike. His appearance in Birmingham at Rickwood was his 300th of his Major League career. He and Ryan Walker came into tonight tied for the Major League lead with most games pitched this year. Here's a ball outside, and so often they're pitching in the same games, and again tonight. So Walker pitched for the 40th time, and now Tyler pitches for the 40th time. 2-1. That one misses in. 3-1. Well, he doesn't want to walk Busch. You got Cody Bellinger on deck. He and Bellinger have some history. Bellinger's seen him quite a bit. And Bellinger's had a lot of success against him. Here's a strike. Wow, he got a very generous call there. That looked like ball 4. Let's see if he can take advantage of that. That was a break. Usually a small strike zone from Adrian Johnson. That's a big call. 1 out. And now a full count. 3-2. Here's the pitch. It is lined foul. We went right back out there again. And this time Michael Busch, I think, figuring, well, I got to swing. He called that a strike. One-run lead for the Giants. 3-2. Busch, foul tip, and off of the catcher, Patrick Bailey. So the count stays full, 3-2. The call of the game sponsored by Ring Central. AI First Communications you can trust. The bullpen phone has been ringing, hasn't it? Rodriguez, Jelly, Rogers, Walker, Rogers, Doval, available and ready to go tonight. 3-2. Hit softly toward first. VR has it. He'll feed to Tyler covering. He gets to the bag ahead of Busch. Out number 2. Well, he never gave in. And ultimately he gets Michael Busch. 2 down. This is a big hitter here for Tyler, and it's nice that he gets to face Bellinger with nobody on, and Patrick Bailey, I think, is doing a smart thing. This could be the call of the game. I know it's just a little thing, but you know Bellinger's got numbers against you. You just have to run the wind sprint to first base to cover. You get there, you get the out, but I think this is purely, let's just buy you an extra 20, 30 seconds, catch your breath, make sure you're not winded as you face a guy who is dangerous in a 1-run game. So Bellinger, 1 for 2, a walk and a single so far tonight. 2-1 Giants leading, 8th inning. The pitch, high and tight, spins out of the way. Ball 1. Bellinger against Tyler Rogers in his career. 7 at-bats, 9 plate appearances, 4 hits, including 2 walks and a double among those hits. Here's ball 2. Not close, so 2 pitches not close. You You got Seiya Suzuki on deck. And Suzuki's had 2 hits plus a home run against Tyler. Here it comes. That's in there for a strike. Slider, 2-1. 2 down, nobody on. Top 8. The 2-1 pitch is strike 2. Got the call on the outside. Another pitcher-friendly strike. 2-2. Rogers holding. He throws. Bellinger hits a liner. Caught at second by Thairo Estrada. So not this time for Bellinger against Tyler Rogers. He retires the top of the order in order. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Looks like the Cubs are going to go to the bullpen.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Make it like it never even happened. That's 1-800-SERVE-PRO. Franchises are independently owned and operated.
Back to Orange and Black Bats Crackin' on KNBR 1045 and 680.
Well, the Cubs go into their bullpen for the first time. The Giants, as seems to always happen against Kyle Hendricks, had a tough time. They do have a lead, though. Bottom of the 8th. Colton Brewer pitches, and a strike to Luis Matos right on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Matos, and then Wisely and Ramos against the right-hander Brewer. We saw him in the 9th inning last night for the Cubs. Giants built the rally against him. Here's a ball down and away. He didn't take the loss, but Colton Brewer pitched last night's game. 13th appearance of the year for him. Kyle Hendricks goes 7 strong tonight. Amazing how he just does it every time against the Giants. Matos hits a little ground ball foul. 1-2. Not as many strikeouts tonight for Kyle Hendricks, but only 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 5 hits, and 2 runs. Season high 7 innings pitched for him and 100 pitches thrown. 1-2 to Matos. Here's the pitch. That one is hit hard and past the dive of Morel into left field. Base hit. Luis Matos, his second hit of the game. Morel made a good effort and hit the ground hard. I think he's hurting a little bit. Might have knocked the wind out of him. Matos is aboard. And up comes Brett Wisely. It was a very high breaking ball. Matos somehow got on top of it and hit a low liner into left field. Well, it would be a huge thing if the Giants could turn that into an extra run. Even just one more. Ball 1 to Brett Wisely. Wisely 1 for 3 against Hendricks. Morel's playing in at third, thinking about the possibility of a bunt, and I would think that That is a possibility, but Morel very aggressively in. 1-0. Here's the pitch. Wisely takes a ball outside. 2-0. Probably becomes a little less likely the more ahead of the count he gets. And Wisely now it might be to the point where you take a strike. We'll see. Here's the 2-0. Wisely hits a high drive to right field. Going back on the ball, Bellinger. Still going back. It is off the bricks. Matos around second, heading for third, and he'll get the stop sign. Into second, Wisely with a booming double. Man, that would have been a home run almost anywhere else. Cody Bellinger initially looked like he thought he had a chance to catch it, and I think that's why Matos just didn't get a great read on it. You can't risk it and just take off, especially with nobody out. So that kept Matos from scoring. Bellinger played the carom well. If he hadn't done that, Matos probably would have scored anyway. Man, off the pillar in between the 7th and 8th archways. Ramos takes low, ball one. First base is open. Well, now the Giants, you got to find a way to get at least one more. What a swing by Wisely. The double. Second and third, nobody out. And your hottest hitter at the plate. Ramos swings and misses. Well, we found the kryptonite for Ramos, at least for one pitch, the hanging slider. That was right out over the heart of the plate. Infield in. Ramos just do what he usually does. Hit a ball hard somewhere. The 1-1. That is down and away. 2-1. With that empty first base, I mean, you kind of wonder how aggressive Colton Brewer is going to be. But he did throw that hanging slider. 2-1. Here it comes. Ramos swings and misses. He helped him out. That was a chase, big time. Slider off the outside. So Ramos, now you gotta change the approach a little bit now, because Brewer's going to try to do that again. 2-2. He throws, and it's off the outside. Not by much. Full count, 3-2. The ball off the bat of Wisely, 403 feet. And indeed, it would have been a home run in every other ballpark. Here, it was a double. 3-2. Ramos takes ball four. A good job by Ramos not to just give away an out. Brewer was pitching around him, and Ramos, he wanted to get that run home. He wanted to be the guy. And it takes a lot of discipline. 24 years old. But he takes a walk. That loads the bases with nobody out and brings up Patrick Bailey. Tommy Ottovy, the pitching coach, coming out for a mound visit. So while they chat, we're going to pause for station identification on the KNBR Northern California Honda Dealers Radio Network.
This is the flagship of Giants baseball. Double play! KNBR and KNBR-FM San Francisco, the sports leader.
Well, Colton Brewer hadn't gotten anybody out. Base hit by Matos. Huge booming double from Brett Wisely. Now the walk to Ramos. Giants 2, Cubs 1, bottom 8. Cabilo Doval warming up in the bullpen. One big hit away from some breathing room in a one-run game. And Patrick Bailey will be the guy. And Giants fans coming to life here. Bases loaded, no outs. Bailey batting left-handed against the righty Brewer. Infield in. First pitch. Bailey takes a ball. Down low, the curve. It's 1-0. Bailey likes to be aggressive in these spots, and he's been very good. He's got a knack for these RBI kind of situations. Soler on deck. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Bailey takes a curve, this time for a strike over the outside. 1-1. For Patrick Bailey, who just smashed a couple balls against Hendricks and didn't have anything to show for it. 0 for 3, looking for his first hit of the night, the 1-1. He breaks his bat, hits a slow roller to short. Charging Swanson, he'll go home, and they get the force out there. Amaya kept his foot on the plate, so Matos forced out. Giants are asking for a minute. They want to check in the replay room just to make sure that he did keep his foot on the plate. That's big. No runs score. Bailey safe at first on the fielder's choice. Wisely to third. Ramos to second. And now it's Jorge Soler, who's had such an amazingly difficult time in these kind of spots. He did have the grand slam against the Cubs last week at Wrigley. He's got another shot with the bases loaded here. 1 out now, though, and if the Cubs get the ground ball, they can get out of it. The pitch. Soler fouls one back and a big swing on a first pitch fastball. Strike one. Soler with runners in scoring position for the year, hitting .203. With the bases loaded, he is 1 for 11. That one was a grand slam. The 0-1. He hits a high drive to center field here. Going back on it, Crow Armstrong onto the warning track in front of the wall to make the catch. Tagging from third and coming home. Wisely scores. Bailey tagged from first, and he gets to second safely on a close play. Man, Patrick Bailey, that was way too risky. But the run scores. Wisely is in. It's 3-1 Giants. Bailey, you got to be absolutely sure. And that was real close. Bailey kept his foot on the bag just barely. I mean, you love playing hard and hustling. The sacrifice fly for Soler, that was an excellent at bat by him. Ramos tagged and went to third. Now Chapman ground ball. Base hit in the left field. Ramos scores. Here comes Bailey. He'll score sliding. The throw came home late. Chapman takes second on the throw, and it's 5-1 Giants. Not waiting around, Matt Chapman, the 2-run base hit. And Patrick Bailey being aggressive and taking that extra base means it's an extra run. A base hit for Chapman and 2 runs batted in. 5-1 Giants. Now Conforto takes a strike. The late inning offense, it is amazing. The Giants just, they keep doing it this way. It is not an easy way to exist, but the late inning at bats have been outstanding. The pitch. Conforto takes a strike. It's 0-2. 3-run 8th inning. Doval continues to warm up. He's coming in. No matter what, Conforto asks for time. A 2-1 lead is now 5-1. Here's the pitch. Conforto takes in the dirt. Blocked by the catcher Amaya. 1-2. Chapman leading away from second. Colton Brewer throws. Conforto takes very high. Well, I give Soler, Wisely gets a lot of credit. The double that really fueled the rally, and it would have been a home run literally in every other ballpark but this one. But then after the fielder's choice and the out at home plate, there was a lot of pressure on Soler. Here's a ball down and in. Curve, and Conforto's worked the count full after falling behind 0-2. And Soler got that key extra run, that 3rd run in. That was big. And then Chapman followed with a 2-run single. 3-2 to Conforto. The pitch is swung on and missed. He went with the curve and struck out Conforto for out number 3. But the Giants get 3. Doval's going to come in with a 4-run cushion. Giants 5, Cubs 1. We go to the 9th on the KMBR Northern California Honda Dealers Radio Network.
In NorCal these days, too many sedans are too sedate. But Honda sedans are anything but. Sporty Civic, stylish Accord, fuel-efficient Accord Hybrid. Sedans that are more like sedan. These are awesome rides. Sedan fun, sedan smart, sedan reliable. And with exciting deals now on every new Honda sedan, is this a good time to see your NorCal Honda dealer?
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Giants, top 9, Seiya Suzuki, the cleanup hitter against Camilo. The pitch is a little bit high, a 101-mile-an-hour cutter for ball 1. Camilo got a little haircut, or at least has his hair a little different than usual. The 1-0 pitch. And that one's in there, a slider for a strike. It's 1-1. And it's not been easy for Camilo Doval, and especially in the non-save situations. He also has really struggled with extra rest. He sure has had extra rest here. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Good slider, 1-2. So this is an important outing for Camilo just for his psyche. And he did that last outing in Chicago. He did a good job. Got the save for the Giants in their comeback win. The 1-2. Is way inside. Cutter at 102. Yeah, he's feeling fresh, that's for sure. Doval on the year, a 4.71 earned run average, and just a ton of base runners. 27 hits allowed in 28 2/3 innings, plus 21 walks. Here's the 2-2. Suzuki strikes out swinging. Slider got him. Out number 1. Mark Simon from Sports Info Solutions, he gave us some info about Doval based on days of rest for Camilo. With 0, 1, or 2 days rest this year, he's got a 2.32 earned run average. Excellent. Here's Ian Happ, the pitch. Happ takes outside, ball 1. With 3 days of rest or more, his ERA is 8.64. Now, that's only 9 appearances versus 20 in the other scenarios, but still a huge difference. Now, Happ swings and misses over top the Doval slider. Count is 1-1. Giants 5, Cubs 1. We're in the 9th, 1 out. Giants trying to make it 2 in a row. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 100 miles an hour right out over the plate. He challenged him. It's 1-2. Ball comes set. He throws. Happ spoils it foul. 102 with the cutter that time. And Happ was very late, but he flicked it foul. Another night game tomorrow. Remember, this is a 4-game series. So 6:45 first pitch tomorrow, and then day baseball on Thursday. The 1-2. A little tapper. Off the mound, Doval will pick it up. Throws to first. Got him. Little sidearm delivery to first base from Camilo, 2 down. Turned into a nice play by Doval, who really, he's worked hard on that, and he has gotten a lot better fielding his position. He struggled with that as a young pitcher. So now the Cubs down to their final out. Top 9, 2 down, Christopher Morel against Doval. He throws. Swing and a miss. Slider, strike one. He's got the good slider going tonight. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Another slider. Well, he might just do that again. Now, Giants fans standing up all around Oracle Park. 0-2. Camilo throws just outside. 101. He went with the cutter. And that totally froze Christopher Morel. Just off the plate, called the ball. 1-2. Here's the pitch. Morel takes low. Slider. 2-2. Giants players all in those City Connects. Top rail of the dugout, watching closely, looking for Doval to finish this one off. The 2-2 is bounced toward third. Chapman's got it. He'll wind and throw. Got him at first. Game over. And for the Giants, it's modest, but it's a winning streak. Doval does the job, and what a job by the bullpen at large tonight. A true, pure bullpen game, and the Giants held the Cubs to just 4 hits and the 1 run. So 2 wins in a row for the Giants. They beat the Cubs by the final score of 5-1 on this beautiful Tuesday here in San Francisco. We'll take a break, come back and give you the game summary, and hopefully hook up with Jorge Soler. We'll do that right after this. 5-1 Giants on the KNBR Northern California Honda Dealers Radio Network.
Dignity Health here, official healthcare provider of the San Francisco Giants. Winning is a team sport powered by great dedicated fans. When everyone is all in, magic happens. When it comes to healthcare, the Dignity Health team at Sequoia Hospital is all in too. Every day, the healthcare professionals at Sequoia Hospital in Redwood City are ready to deliver exceptional, compassionate care to you and your family. Dignity Health. Hello, human kindness.
Bay Area baseball fans, it's that time of year and the boys of summer are here. With a hot lineup of upcoming games at the park, this team is looking to go big and make a splash. And just like our San Francisco baseball team, you too can make a splash this summer with the rugged and legendary Ford Bronco SUV. This do-it-all ace can turn it up with 7 different GOAT modes and 3 turbocharged engine options. And forget about ball control. This SUV will strike out boredom with its innovative trail control.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa.
On top, 2024 Ford Bronco is trained and ready for sunny days and double plays. From the beach to the bleachers, make a splash this summer and enjoy America's favorite pastime behind the wheel of your new favorite SUV, the Ford Bronco. Head on over to your California Ford dealers and test drive one today. This is Dave Fleming. Until next time.
At Hawaiian Airlines, Hawaii starts with the sound of the islands that welcome you aboard and more room to sit back, spread out, and relax. With nonstop routes to most islands from the Bay Area, including new routes from Sacramento to Kona and Lihue, Hawaii starts here. Visit HawaiianAirlines.com to book your vacation now.
Now back to the Orange and Black on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Giants beat the Cubs 5-1. The final score tonight here in San Francisco. More late inning offense for the Giants. It was a 2-1 game. They scored 3 runs in the 8th inning. Right in the middle of it was the former Cub, Jorge Soler, who's been swinging the bat so well of late. And Jorge Soler joins us on our show here. Erwin Higueros is here just to help us out, make sure there's nothing lost in translation. Always good to have you over here, Erwin.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Jorge Soler, how you feeling? You're swinging the bat so well. You're feeling comfortable at the plate these days?
¿Cómo te sientes estos días? Estás bateando muy bien, te ves muy cómodo ahí en el cajón de bateo.
Sí, en los últimos días he estado haciendo mejores swings, estoy más selectivo a la hora de hacer swing y creo que esos son los resultados.
I think I've been taking very good cuts. I've been more selective on the pitches, and you can see the good results.
Yeah, and what is it, Jorge, about this offense? You guys are so good late in games. You do it again tonight in the 8th inning. Why is this offense so good late?
¿Cómo puedes explicar que la ofensiva en los últimos innings parece que está bateando mejor lo volvieron a hacer hoy de nuevo?
Sí, realmente parece increíble porque el bullpen solamente prácticamente vemos el pitch ese una sola vez cada bateador y el abridor lo vemos 2-3 veces, pero nada, estamos haciendo las carreras en esos innings tarde. Parece que el equipo se prende en esos innings y gracias a Dios estamos teniendo la victoria.
It's kind of hard to explain why. I mean, we only see the relief pitcher once while we see the starting pitcher 3-4 times, but for some reason our offense just ignites in the late innings.
Yeah, it really does. Talking to Jorge Soler here, another couple minutes with Jorge after a nice Giants 5-1 win. And Jorge, you had the sacrifice fly in the middle of that rally. Do you have a certain approach when you come up with that runner at third and only one out where a fly ball can get a run home?
Tuviste un elevado de sacrificio. ¿Cuál es tu proceso mental cuando vienes en esa situación con hombre en posición de anotar y menos de 2 outs?
Bueno, en esa situación trato de ponerme más tranquilo porque normalmente a veces me ponía un poco más agresivo. El pitcher puede hacer unos picheos por el piso y uno se dice, trato de estar más relajado, enfocarme más en la bola donde la quiero y tratar de hacerle contacto.
My process is just to calm myself down. Earlier in the year, I was being too aggressive, chasing pitches out of the strike zone. So right now, I'm kind of slowing myself down, be more selected on the pitches, and know the job that I need to do.
Jorge, felicitaciones. Thank you for being with us. Muchas gracias, señor.
Gracias a usted.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I could do that, Erwin.
Right? Well, I'm translating. Make sure nothing gets lost in translation, Dave.
We appreciate Jorge Soler. Thanks very much to him for being with us, and especially Erwin Agueros for running over from his booth. He just called the whole game, and he comes over here and helps us. We don't take that for granted, thanks to Erwin. Giants get the win. Time now for the game summary, sponsored by Rayleigh's and Nob Hill. Save more money on the flavors you love and find better deals for your budget at Rayleigh's and Nob Hill. For the Giants, 5 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. The Cubs, 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors. The winning pitcher, they ended up giving the win to Tyler Rogers. They could have chosen almost anybody, and they gave it to Tyler Rogers, which, okay, he's been awesome this year. His first win of the year. No save for Doval, even though he pitched a scoreless 9th inning. Kyle Hendricks, tough loss. He is 1-5. He pitched very well, but he takes the loss. There were no home runs hit in this game. The time of the game, 2 hours and 26 minutes, 30,368, the paid crowd here tonight in San Francisco. Giants now 38-42, trying to scratch and claw and fight and hang in there and tread water and survive, and all those cliches that are true in this instance with all their injuries, and a very important win here tonight against the Cubs. Our on-site producer engineer, Darren Chan, our network coordinator, Cole LaPelt. Thanks to DC and Cole. Our next broadcast comes your way tomorrow night. Pregame 5:45, first pitch 6:45. The Giants and the Cubs once again. And it will be a major league debut. Very exciting tomorrow. Hayden Birdsong, who's a big prospect for the Giants, has rocketed through the minor leagues. He's going to pitch for the first time as a big leaguer tomorrow, and we're excited to see it up against the Cubs. For all of us, and that includes John Miller, who's off on assignment, Dwayne Kuiper and Mike Krukow, Dave Fleming saying thanks. We remind you again, the final score 5-1. Giants beat the Cubs. Our post-game show coming up next. You've been listening to Giants Baseball on the KNBR Northern California Honda Dealers Radio Network.
This ball game is over. This game is over. San Francisco Giants baseball has been sponsored by
Honda. Hurry into your local Honda dealer today. Bank of America, the official bank of the San Francisco Giants. Hawaiian Airlines. Book your next Hawaii vacation at hawaiianairlines.com.
Doval, he throws. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 101 miles an hour with some cut.
Strike 3 call, the sinker. Just untouchable today, Camilo Doval.
Giants baseball is also sponsored in part by Dignity Health, the official healthcare provider of the San Francisco Giants, and by Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service.
Stay tuned for the post-game wrap and game highlights coming up next on the Giants Radio Network.
And we're headed to extras.
Erica, how much have I spent on concessions?
For questions about their money, San Francisco Giants fans can turn to Erica, the virtual financial assistant in the Bank of America mobile banking app. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/Erica by your side. Bank of America, official bank of the San Francisco Giants. What would you like the power to do?
Erica is only available in the English language. You must download the latest version of the mobile banking app, only available on select mobile devices. Your chat may be recorded and monitored for quality assurance. Message and data rates and additional terms may apply. Bank of America, N.A. member FDIC.
Here in the North Bay, we've always been ahead of the curve.
embracing new ideas and innovations. So together, we can get closer to living our best. A commitment we share at Marin Health. From innovative treatment options for virtually every bone and joint in your body, to minimally invasive surgery that results in less pain and a faster recovery. Our world-class team of experts will help you choose the path that's right for you, so you can get back on your feet and closer to your best health. Marin Health. World-class care, closer than you think.
Do you want to play in San Jose? At Casino Matrix, we play 24/7. Come enjoy custom cocktails, stellar food from steaks to sushi, over 100 giant screens to catch your favorite team, 49 thrilling card tables, and of course, the Bay Area's best progressive jackpot, with over $2.5 million paid out already. When it's time to play, just drop into Casino Matrix, off Highway 101 next to the San Jose Airport. Please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER. No purchase necessary for promotions.
Imagine waking up this time next week and being 100% debt-free from credit cards, car loan, and personal loans. Hey, it's Greg Papa. Loan Pronto's Equity Express line of credit can make it happen. Homeowners are turning their home equity into cash almost instantly. With Loan Pronto's AI-based system, you can get approval in about 10 minutes with almost no documentation, no appraisal, and no hassle. You can get hundreds of thousands of dollars out of your home. Use that money to pay off all your other loans. The average homeowner saves over $850 a month doing this. You can use that to wipe out all those credit cards or get some money for home improvement. Hundreds of thousands are at your fingertips and approval is just minutes away. Call now, 415-808-5721, 415-808-5721, loanpronto.com, 415-808-5721.
NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, equal housing lender.
I'm David Livingston, Sheriff of Contra Costa County. We are aggressively hiring entry-level and lateral deputy sheriffs to join our diverse staff. People who want a rewarding career in public safety and community service. Are you ready to serve the community with honor, courage, and commitment? The Contra Costa County Office of the Sheriff offers a wide variety of assignments, great pay and benefits, and the opportunity to make a positive difference. If you're interested in joining our team, check out our website at cocosheriff.org.
Welcome to the Built Ford Proud Postgame Show.
It is out of here. There's a long drive to right. It's headed for the bay.
Sponsored by your California Ford dealers, home of the legendary Ford F-150. Visit buyfordnow.com to find your new truck. And by Cars for Kids. Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's Cars for Kids with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a vacation voucher and maximum tax deduction. We now take you back to the booth for the post-game wrap on the Giants Radio Network.
Post-game wrap time. Hey, we got a winning streak. That's 2 in a row for the Giants.
2 in a row. Just another laugher. I knew that was coming.
It felt so good.
So good.
But you know what? I love the fact that, you know, one of the pure strengths of this club is this bullpen. And you go back to last night's ball game when Spencer Howard came in and pitched 4 2/3. He really set this game up tonight because they had Rodriguez rested, they had Walker, they had the Rogers brothers, they had Jelly, they had Camilo Duvall, and they dealt. I mean, they absolutely shut this Cub offense down. They struck out 11 guys. I mean, that's getting the job done with a tight zone. And by the way, there was one, I think, was there one that was a called strike 3 for the long? At 10, they were all swing and miss.
Bellinger struck out looking.
Okay, so at 10 out of 11 were swing and miss. So my hat's really, I tip my cap to the Giants pen.
Because that was a true bullpen game. Like sometimes you call it a bullpen game and it's sort of like half a bullpen game. That was we're going to use everybody if that's what it takes to get this win.
Well, look, Melvin was using matchups in the 5th inning.
He was.
Would he bring in Taylor Rogers to face
Bush, maybe?
Yeah, Bush and Bellinger.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't want the one swing to tie the thing up, right? So, but yeah, and plus they beat a guy that he's kryptonite. And he was after the first two runs.
He was, again.
Yeah, Kyle Hendricks, I mean, he threw 7 solid. He was 7-2 with a 2.30 lifetime. This is 13 games he's pitched against the Giants.
You know what? In all honesty, I don't want him to do that against the Giants. But I love to see a guy that doesn't crush the radar and win games.
He's done it for a decade.
Oh, my goodness. And I was thinking, did he not pitch Game 7 of that World Series?
I think he pitched Game 7. I think
remember they took him out early, and we were like, "What's he doing? He's dealing." And
almost backfired.
It almost did.
Good call.
But anyway, it was nice to see him tag an L on Kyle Hendricks, even though he did pitch really well.
I did hear an interesting theory, I think from one of the Giants coaches. You know, these guys who come up through the minor leagues these days, you never see a guy who looks like Kyle Hendricks down there.
Never.
So you get here and you see him for the first time, and it's like a totally foreign thing. That's a big challenge for the guys who've never seen him before. And it's not easy for the guys who have seen him a lot, but especially for those young guys.
Yeah, I mean, Mike was explaining it very well on the TV side about here Hendricks says he's pitching right-handers in with a fastball no better than 88. Well, young guys don't see that. So, yeah, hey, good. Way to go.
So how many rounds are there in the draft?
In the baseball draft?
It's 20, right?
20 now. It used to be a lot more.
Yeah, I bring that up because, like, Ryan Walker was a 31st round pick, right? But, I mean, the first 20 rounds, you're drafting power arms. You're drafting fastballs. You know, the guys who are throwing like Kyle Hendricks, and he was an 8th round pick, but for the most part, those guys get drafted in rounds 30 through 50. Traditionally, and I'm not exaggerating, there used to be 50 rounds. You get slow ballers and you get relatives drafted in that 50th round. It's true. Absolutely, it's true. So anyway, those guys are kind of dying off, but you're right. The point you make, the minor leaguers today, they don't see those guys.
Throwing 88 miles an hour, he's made $85 million in his big league career. Good for him.
And he spent it all.
He has nothing left.
Good. Just good. Good for him.
All right, we got lots of Giants players to spotlight. We'll pick players right after this.
Another Giants season is underway. Unfortunately, so is termite and pest season. Throw them out at home. Do what the San Francisco Giants did and call Planet Orange. Call Planet Orange at 1-800-7-ORANGE now to schedule a free termite inspection or a botanical, eco-friendly pest control consultation. Saturday appointments are also available. Whether you have a billion-dollar stadium or a 3-bedroom home, call 1-800-7-ORANGE or go to planetorange.com.
Planet Orange. Orange, you glad you called?
This is DJ Kurtzy, San Francisco Bay Area Region President at 5 Star Bank. 5 Star is a highly respected and award-winning community business bank serving clients in the San Francisco Bay Area. We offer highly customized banking services to business owners, nonprofit leaders, and entrepreneurs who want to work with a bank that they can trust. We have exceptional industry expertise, a speed to serve, and commitment to economic development. Above all, we believe in San Francisco. Reach out to us at 5starbank.com.
Okay, post-game wrap part 2. Let's pick players of the game. Mike, I think you get to pick first tonight.
Okay, well, do I pick a reliever? We've already talked a lot about the bullpen. No, I'm going to take Wisely. Brett Wisely played a clean game on the field. He had a 2-hit night, but the biggest one was late in the game. The Giants put 3 runs on the board in the 8th. There was a leadoff single. He comes up and he hits the ball over 400 feet off the wall in right center. A home run in 29 other ballparks. And it was just a big hit. It led to a big inning. So I tip my cap to a guy who really has taken advantage of his chance. And it was kind of the theme of our pregame show today. But it really is a story that everybody digs, not just the broadcasters and the fans. The guys in that clubhouse do too. And he's taken advantage of it. So good for him. Brett Wisely.
Good pick.
Good pick.
Thank you.
I'm going to take the kid who started the game. I mean, look, you gave up a run, only gave up 1 hit. But what, did he strike out 5?
Yeah.
So look, bullpen game, let's have a kid out there that sets the tone. And he set the tone, so I'm going to take him.
Wasn't quite Spencer Howard, but he gave him 8 outs. And that really did allow Bob Melvin to manage the game like you were talking about, like play matchups from the 4th inning on.
And I love this stuff.
Yeah, good pick.
Good pick, had a bib.
He's going to get better, too, I think.
Yes, he is.
He gets a feel for that. He didn't have a feel for the changeup today, but we've seen a good one his last few outings. Add that to the fastball and the slider. Ooh.
24 years old.
Yeah. Okay, well, I do feel a little guilty not taking another pitcher because that was the theme of the game. But we kind of spotlighted all the bullpen guys. I'm going to take the 2 who hit sacrifice flies, VR and Soler. Last night, 2 of the runs scored in the comeback on sacrifice flies. Tonight, 2 of the biggest at-bats of the whole game were sacrifice flies. Look, if you're beat up and shorthanded and no Lamont Wade and no Yastrzemski and you're missing some of your key guys, find ways to get that guy in from third.
Bring back the sacrifice fly.
We're bringing it back 2 nights in a row.
It's good baseball. It's the situation. You identify it and then you execute it. You know what? That lights up a bench. Not as much as a home run.
Jeff Kent told his 7-year-old T-ballers, the money lies in the RBIs.
And that is a fact.
And his own kid was listening. Have you followed this?
Yeah.
Jeff's son is like the best player for Texas A&M.
Yep.
They just lost the final of the College World Series. He's going to be a first-round pick next year.
It was great. I saw him throw his helmet in the dugout. I was like, well, he didn't take after his mom.
No, she does not throw helmets.
One of the all-time great lines, the money lies in the RBIs. I love that.
Especially to Little Leaguers.
On Little League Day. Kids, just remember this.
And he didn't even smile.
Oh, no. He was dead serious.
He was like, this is wisdom.
Dead serious.
Apply.
I will tell you that within 5 minutes after he said it, I got a text from somebody that we all know saying, this is BS. You can't tell kids that. So, anyway, I'll tell you who it is afterward.
Okay, I can't wait. That's a good
It's not
tease
DC. I'll give you one hint.
What's on
DC's money lies in the pot pies. That's what his deal is.
Easy. He's all trimmed up now. He's working so hard.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the hat.
Lean, mean, fighting machine. We forgot the difference maker of the game. Sponsored by Black Bear Diner. Feed your hunger, fuel your joy. That we can pick the whole bullpen.
Yeah,
Can't
absolutely.
Bullpen.
The whole
difference
bullpen.
maker.
That was the difference in the game.
Yeah.
What's on deck? Sponsored by your California Ford dealers. Okay, I'm excited for tomorrow. I know the Giants are admitting it. We're kind of rushing this kid. We haven't given him much time at AAA. Didn't, frankly, have that much time at AA. But Hayden Burnsong, drafted in 2022. He's got a big arm. He's one of their top prospects. They need a starter. He's going to get his chance tomorrow. He's going to make his big league debut.
And he has a big league name.
Hayden Birdsong.
Yep. That's a good one.
We can do some stuff with that one. He's from Illinois. He's going to pitch against the Cubs. He grew up in Illinois, went to college in Illinois.
I guess more than anything, Mike, you just got to keep him calm.
Well, that's not an easy thing to do.
Well, that's the point.
I doubt he'll get much sleep tonight, but if they get him to strike zone early and then, lower his sights a little bit, the problem with adrenaline is when you miss, you usually miss up. Yeah. And you're not going to have a lot of help with your breaking balls because you don't have much feeling from your arm, elbow down to your fingertips. However, it does wear off. You just have to be able to last while it wears off. Then you're fine.
Let the bird sing.
Let's do it. Hayden Birdsong.
Hayden Birdsong tomorrow. What's on deck? Sponsored by your California Ford dealers and the legendary Ford F-150. Visit buyfordnow.com to find yours. All right, we'll have the highlights right after this.
Bay Area baseball fans, it's that time of year and the boys of summer are here. With a hot lineup of upcoming games at the park, this team is looking to go big and make a splash. And just like our San Francisco baseball team, you too can make a splash this summer with the rugged and legendary Ford Bronco SUV. This do-it-all ace can turn it up with 7 different GOAT modes and 3 turbocharged engine options. And forget about ball control. This SUV will strike out boredom with its innovative trail control. keeping you miles ahead of the competition. And never fall for any of summer's seasonal change-ups with soft top, hard top, or no top, because this pony will always have you on top. The 2024 Ford Bronco is trained and ready for sunny days and double plays. From the beach to the bleachers, make a splash this summer and enjoy America's favorite pastime behind the wheel of your new favorite SUV, the Ford Bronco. Head on over to your California Ford dealers and test drive one today. This is Dave Fleming. Until next time.
Hey fans, it's Buster.
And Kristen Posey. Baseball has given us a unique platform to make a difference, to fundraise, to light up a kid's smile.
Kristen and I started visiting kids that are battling cancer at UCSF Benioff Children's Hospitals. I wasn't sure what to expect going into some of these kids' rooms, but I came to the realization that they needed a distraction and they wanted you there. It's always special to spend some time with them. We've been inspired by the people at UCSF Benioff Children's Hospitals. They're some of the greatest medical minds in the world, and they're really passionate about what they do. They're just working day and night to come up with different types of therapies that are better and more effective all the time. You know, athletes a lot of times get championed as heroes, but there's not much greater hero than saving a kid's life.
UCSF Benioff Children's Hospitals, redefining possible.
All right, last few moments here. It's a quiet Oracle Park now. Wasn't so just a little while ago. Nice Giants win here tonight. They beat the Cubs by the final score of 5-1. Quickly, though, before the highlights, let's go places with the Toyota out-of-town scoreboard. The game just ended down in San Diego. Padres held off the Nationals. Very spirited game and series. Some bad blood in that game. 9-7. The Padres are 2 games over 500. Diamondbacks beat the Twins 5-4 down in Phoenix. The Dodgers won in Chicago against the White Sox 4-3. The only National League West team to lose, the Rockies, fell in Houston 5-2. The final score against the Astros. So just a quick look at some of those out-of-town scores. Now let's get to the highlights of this one. And for the Giants facing Kyle Hendricks, a guy who pitched so brilliantly against him last week at Wrigley, who's got this track record of unbelievable success against the Giants in his long big league career. It was a challenge tonight, especially with a bullpen game lined up. But Randy Rodriguez set the tone, retired the Cubs scorelessly in the first inning. Giants went down quietly in the first themselves, but Rodriguez, a 1-2-3 top of the second, and the Giants offense actually got to work against Kyle Hendricks in the bottom of the second. Leadoff single by Jorge Soler. Then Matt Chapman, a really great plate appearance, 13 pitches and drew a walk. So that built the rally. Giants had 2 on, nobody out for Michael Conforto. 0-0. 2 on, nobody out. Conforto hits one and into right field, a base hit. Soler coming around third. He's going to get the go sign. The throw comes home. It's late. Soler scores standing, and the Giants have the first run of the game. It's 1-0. Chapman went around to third, so the Giants had a run in. First and third, nobody out. You're thinking, okay, big inning time. But Kyle Hendricks did what he does. He spun a curveball and got Tyro Estrada to strike out. So all of a sudden, the possibility of a very big inning, and Hendricks, a ground ball specialist, was 1 ground ball away, maybe, from getting out of it with only the 1 run. That made the next hitter, David Villar's at bat, very important. Villar, the hitter. He swings and drives one to left. Hit very well. It's going to be caught on the warning track by Ian Happ. Tagging at third, Chapman. He'll come in to score. Man, that was some loud contact from David Villar. And all he gets is a sac fly, but a very good job by him. It's 2-0 Giants. Yeah, so 2 runs across against Kyle Hendricks on a night where they were using the bullpen. That felt big for the Giants. The Cubs would answer in the third, though. 2 outs, nobody on. Nico Horner drew a walk. He stole second base. That was a big play when Michael Busch just kind of rolled a little ground ball through, and Horner came around to score. So it was 2-1. The Giants ended up bringing in Sean Jelly in that inning. It was Rodriguez, it was Jelly, it was Taylor Rogers, it was Ryan Walker, it was Tyler Rogers, and then it was Camilo Doval. A true bullpen game tonight for the Giants, and that run in the third was the only run that the Cubs would score all game long. But it stayed 2-1 until the bottom of the 8th. Kyle Hendricks found his rhythm, and man, was he good in the late innings. So the Giants finally got him out of the game. Colton Brewer took over, and that's when the Giants offense, we've said it so many times lately, late innings, they come to life. Leadoff base hit from Luis Matos, and the next hitter was Brett Wisely. Here's the 2-0. Wisely hits a high drive to right field. Going back on the ball, Bellinger still going back. It is off the bricks. Matos around second, heading for third, and he'll get the stop sign. Into second, Wisely with a booming double. Man, that would have been a home run almost anywhere else. Cody Bellinger initially looked like he thought he had a chance to catch it, and I think that's why Matos just didn't get a great read on it. You can't risk it and just take off, especially with nobody out. Yeah, Matos had to be conservative there. You can't blame him. Wisely, and StatCast would tell us just a moment later, indeed, that would have been a home run in every other ballpark in baseball, but not here. Wisely had to settle for the double. Elliot Ramos came up and drew a walk, and it was a determined walk. It really was a big play in that eighth inning. Giants leading by just the one run. He chased a pitch out of the strike zone, looked a little over-anxious, found his plate discipline, drew the walk, and that loaded the bases with nobody out. Patrick Bailey has been so good in those spots, hit a ground ball to short. Dansby Swanson came home and got the force out there. So then the Giants, bases loaded, one out, and still had not scored in the inning. And Jorge Soler, who struggled so much in these at-bats with runners in scoring position this year, Soler came up and did some damage. The 0-1. He hits a high drive to center field here. Going back on it, Crow Armstrong onto the warning track in front of the wall to make the catch. Tagging from third and coming home. Wisely scores. Bailey tagged from first, and he gets to second safely on a close play. Man, Patrick Bailey, that was way too risky. But the run scores. Wisely is in. It's 3-1 Giants. It could be that Patrick Bailey would sort of admit that, like, man, maybe that wasn't worth it in that spot because you had to get Wisely home first, and it was pretty close. Wisely hustled, so I think his run would have counted no matter what, and maybe Patrick Bailey was counting on that. But the sacrifice fly, big picture, was the huge play. It was 3-1 Giants, and Matt Chapman was the next hitter. Bailey, with all that hustle, got himself into scoring position, and on the very first pitch, Chapman brought him home. Ramos tagged and went to third. Now Chapman, ground ball, base hit in the left field. Ramos scores. Here comes Bailey. He'll score sliding. The throw came home late. Chapman takes second on the throw, and it's 5-1 Giants. Yeah, huge hit just to give some breathing room against the Cubs for the ninth inning. We'll call that the hit of the game, sponsored by El Cerrito Honda. More than just a car dealership, we're family. And the hit of the game for Matt Chapman. The player of the game is sponsored by Pacific Catch, the Bay's favorite seafood destination. So many choices. It was a true team effort tonight, but Kipe spotlighted him, and I think he did do a great job. Young Randy Rodriguez, he doesn't get the win, but he was a starter and got 8 outs for the Giants, just set the tone for the whole game. So he is our player of the game, sponsored by Pacific Catch. Giants win by the final score of 5-1. How about our K Counter, sponsored by Cars for Kids? Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's Cars for Kids with a K. Whether your car is running or not, it can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a vacation voucher and maximum tax deduction. For the Giants pitchers, they piled up, what was it in the end, 11 strikeouts for the Giants tonight? On the pitching side, yeah, 11 strikeouts. That's our K Counter. So the Giants make it 2 in a row. You got 2 more games head-to-head, Giants and the Cubs tomorrow night, and very exciting, Hayden Birdsong, just 22 years old. He's going to make his Major League debut against one of the teams he watched growing up as a kid. He's from Illinois. He'll pitch against the Cubs for the first time as a big leaguer tomorrow right here in San Francisco. Can't wait to watch him pitch. He's got a great arm. 6:45 first pitch time. Our pregame coverage begins at 5:45. Another Hayden, Wesneski, is going to go for the Cubs, and I don't know if that means he's just an opener or if it's really going to be a bullpen game for the Cubs tomorrow. But Birdsong against Wesneski, the matchup for Game 3 of the series. Giants will try to make it 3 in a row. Thanks again to Cole and DC for their help putting the broadcast on tonight. For Dwayne Kuiper, Mike Krukow, John Miller, who's off on assignment. We're not going to see John for a little while, but We hope he's enjoying himself. I'm Dave Fleming saying so long here from Oracle Park. Giants beat the Cubs. Final score 5-1.
Are you or a loved one struggling with addiction? Mountain Vista Farm understands. Recovery is a journey, not a destination. A beacon of hope for those struggling with addiction since 1949. Mountain Vista Farm's beautiful campus in Sonoma County provides the perfect backdrop for recovery, with outpatient care that fits into your schedule and a residential program that provides substantial support during the early days of recovery. Embrace your new beginning. Call 707-996-6716 or go to mountainvistafarm.com.
The goal of every Black Bear Diner is to deliver scrumptious food in a friendly environment. We promise to make your visit a pleasant one and trying to keep the puns to a bare minimum. We said try. Dig into your bear-sized portions of all your favorite diner classics in a place that feels like home and leave fully satisfied. Black Bear Diner, quality food, bear-sized portions, and budget-friendly. Plenty for your paws. Visit one of our Northern California locations today or at blackbeardiner.com for details. Black Bear Diner. Feed your hunger. Fuel your joy.
Strike 3 call. He got him.
That's the ball game. That's a wrap on the Built Ford Proud postgame show.
High drive down the right field line. It is gone.
Sponsored by your California Ford dealers, home of the legendary Ford F-150. Visit buyfordnow.com to find your new truck.
And by Cars for Kids. Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's Cars for Kids with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a vacation voucher and maximum tax deduction.
Out of here! Unbelievable!
This is the Giants Radio Network.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular's single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Go to hims.com/joy. Through HIMS, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, and the process is 100% online. To start your free online visit, go to hims.com/joy. That's HIMS.com/JOY.
It's time for you to sound off, for you to speak your mind. The show is for the faithful. Touchdown! Dub Nation.
Bang! Steph Curry again!
And the seam heads that bleed orange and black.
Goodbye!
This is Sports Phone KNBR. Sponsored by Industrial Metal Supply on the Sports Leader. Check the live stream on YouTube at KNBR 1045.
2-2 is bounced toward third. Chapman's got it. He'll wind and throw. Got him at first. Game over. And for the Giants, it's modest, but it's a winning streak. Ball does the job, and what a job by the bullpen at large tonight. A true, pure bullpen game, and the Giants held the Cubs to just 4 hits and the 1 run.
All right, welcome into the Sports Phone KNBR postgame show with Bill Lasky. 2 in a row for the San Francisco Giants after going 1-5 on a dismal road trip. And yesterday, the emotions were flowing. Number 24 was flying through the ballpark. All the emotions came through as the Giants scored 3 in the bottom of the 9th inning to win the game. And today, the page was turned. Now we go into the City Connect uniforms, and the players started playing a little bit better tonight as the Giants held up, only giving up 4 hits to the Chicago Cubs and only 1 run, and they pull it out 5-1, but it was a lot closer throughout the game. It was 2-1 going into the bottom of the 8th before the Giants scored 3 to open it up. But it really started all the way to the beginning of the game. Of course, the Giants are really short on starting pitching. We saw it yesterday with Miller being an opener. Today it was Randy Rodriguez, and boy, did he put a show on. One of the best outings he has done so far in the orange and black. He goes 2 2/3, only giving up 1 hit, 1 run, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. And really, he was in control for 2 2/3 of this game before he walked the leadoff hitter, Nico Homer. And that was really the only blemish he had. And sure enough, a base hit by Bush after a stolen base, and a run scored. So a lot of things were happening right there, and it was just a tough outing right there for him just to try to get that 9th out. And he pitched well. Velocity was in the high 90s, a grid slider. He had thrown 53 pitches, 34 for strikes, but he was in control right off the bat, punching out the first 2 hitters in the first inning, throwing 23 pitches in the first inning, 14 for strikes, and getting ahead of the first 2 out of the 4 hitters. The second inning going 34 pitches and 23 for strikes after 2 full innings, 4 first pitch strikes to 7 hitters. Really, really in control. Bailey had him mixing up pitches extremely well. The slider today had a real sharp break, and of course the elevated fastballs a couple times at 96, 97 was just excellent. So Bob Melvin put him out there in the 3rd inning, got the first 2 hitters out, and I really felt he was going 3 full, and he had Sean Jelly warming up, and I think everybody felt, hey, get through the 3rd inning. What a great inning, but it just didn't work out. And sure enough, he only gave up 1 run on 1 hit and 2 walks, 1 in the first inning and 1 in the 3rd inning. But Sean Jelly comes in and gets the final out of that inning, striking out Suzuki. And sure enough, the bullpen from there on was just spotless. They really pitched well. 6 relievers total. Sean Jelly goes 2 innings, giving up 2 hits, 2 strikeouts. He only throws 23 pitches, and he throws 20 for strikes. Really a great outing for Sean Jelly. Once again, 8 first pitch strikes to 8 hitters he saw. He really had a 3-pitch mix that he mixed really well. The sinker, the knuckle curveball, and the cutter, all different ways the ball were moving. And that's what's been so consistent about Sean Jelly coming in with using the 3-pitch mix. Patrick Bailey had him mixing up pitches, throwing a sinker in to a lefty to get the first strike. And then sure enough, the knuckle curveball was really working as he got 4 ground ball outs. Then it turned over to Taylor Rogers. Taylor Rogers ending up giving a walk-up to Bush, but sure enough, he punches out Bellinger looking, and the 5th inning was over. Then it turns over to Ryan Walker. Ryan Walker really threw the ball well again, going an inning and a 3rd, and he got a nice double play after giving up a base hit in the 6th inning. And sure enough, he goes an inning and a 3rd, 23 pitches, 14 for strikes. The bullpen was really throwing potential strike after strike. Each one of them, Jelly, 20 strikes out of 23 pitches. Taylor Rogers, 16 strikes, 24 pitches. Ryan Walker, 14 strikes, 23 pitches. Then you go into Tyler Rogers, 10 strikes, 15 pitches, and Camilla Duvall ends it with 10 strikes, 15 pitches. And that's really a solid outing out of 6 relievers when you look at it. The last 9 outs, 9 up, 9 down. The bullpen was just pitching. And sure enough, even if it was a 2-1 lead, they would have kept that intact. But the Giants ended up scoring 3 more runs in the 8th inning, and it really started off with Luis Matos getting a nice base hit to left field, and then Brett Wisely hit a bomb. And 29 other parks, it would have been a home run, and he hit it in the top bricks in right center field. Bellinger just played the bricks perfectly, and they held him to 2nd and 3rd. But it didn't matter. Ramos gets a walk. Patrick Bailey gets a fielder's choice. The run did not score, but Jorge Soler comes up and gets the sac fly deep center field. And sure enough, Matt Chapman finished it off with a nice base hit to score 2. And the Giants get 3 in the 8th to open up the lead. Something they've been doing a lot lately by getting late runs. But early runs was the struggle. Today they got 2 in that bottom of the second and 3 in the bottom of the 8th. And sure enough, the Giants hold on to a 5-1 victory. Their 38th win, 42 losses. But all in all, this is what the Giants needed to do. And I think last night, by getting that win in the bottom of the ninth, proceeded today in more of a motivation, positive thoughts. Things like that does happen. And you turn it over again tomorrow, and we'll talk about Hayden Birdsong in a minute. But today, I really felt the Giants played good defense, really some sparkling plays, and they took it in with a City Connect uniforms. And the City Connect uniforms are now 28 wins and 12 losses. I know I laugh about it a little bit, 28-12 for the City Connect. But when you look at 40 games and you got a 28-12 record, you may just want to continue to wear them. But at the same time, the Giants did a great job today in getting their second win in a row. And now tomorrow, let's talk about what we're doing here with Hayden Birdsong, a 22-year-old pitcher from Eastern Illinois, 6'4", 215 pounds. He throws hard. He gets it up to about 99, 98, averaging between 96, 97. A nice curveball, a slider. He was in the 2022 draft. He was in the 6th round, 196 pick, but he has moved up quickly through the Giants organization. One of the key points here, this year he started off in Double-A in Richmond. He ended up going 4-2 with 11 starts, a 2.05 earned run average in 48 1/3 innings, 33 hits only, 20 walks, 61 strikeouts, only giving up 5 home runs. They brought him up to AAA, maybe a week ago, 10 days ago. He's had a couple starts. He's only gone 9 innings up there. He's given up 8 hits, 5 earned runs, 6 walks, 14 strikeouts. But when you combine them, he's had a great year, 5-2 with a 2.5 earned run average. The walks are up a little bit, 26 walks, 75 strikeouts. So we're going to see another MLB debut tomorrow. And this guy's throwing the ball well. I talked to, Dave Brundage, the Sacramento manager, and he said, Bill, he's just got a little electricity, an electric fastball. It's got that little life, that little extra to it. And he says he watched him in spring training, as we all did, because he was in big league camp for a while, but he has something special. And when he got something special like that, a manager picks that up. A good hard breaking ball stays in the zone, but the fastball, the elevated fastball, blowing guys away. And you see that when you got 75 strikeouts in 57 innings. So tomorrow should be a special day. The Chicago Cubs are going to try to throw a bullpen game back at the Giants. But tomorrow should be special. I think everybody needs to take a peek at Birdsong because he is that type of pitcher that could possibly stay up here and fill one of these spots, as the Giants do need some starting pitching. Hicks will go on Thursday, and it's going to be just one of those games where if he performs well, Bob Melvin even said in the pregame show that he said, you know what, I'm not just going to bring him up here for one start. If he does what we're looking for and you get him up at 22 years old, you never know what could happen. And that's what the Giants need right now. They need a spark in this rotation. When you look at it, you only got Hicks and Webb. Kyle Harrison starting to throw a little bit. Some backlash on Blake Snell. We just don't know how far he's going to want to go in the minor leagues and throw. Robbie Ray looks like he won't be back till after the All-Star break. And then you have Tristan Beck, who's starting to throw off the mound. So there's a couple other guys, Alex Cobb also. But I just don't see any cavalry coming up here till after the All-Star break. So the Giants are going to have to fill 5 spots. The last 2 games, of course, has been gone to the opener and then the bullpen. And tonight, the bullpen was stellar. 6 relievers went in there, only giving up 4 hits, 4 walks, and 11 strikeouts. just a star on the bullpen. It's really a good showing by the San Francisco Giants bullpen. Tonight, we're going to have Sean Jelly on. Sean Jelly's going to join me later in the show, and we'll talk a little bit about the game and some of the other things going on with the Giants, especially last night. Love to hear what he has to say about what happened in Willie Mays and the celebration of life and how he felt everybody wearing number 24. So we'll have Sean Jelly later on the show. 808 KNBR. Let's get on the phone lines. Like I say all the time, don't worry about Willie Mays stories. I want to hear all your memories any night I'm on. I would love to hear more tonight. If you have a Willie Mays memory, if something you want to talk about, something that cherishes Willie Mays in your heart and soul, 808 KNBR, let's talk about it, as well as this game. The Giants win 5-1 at Oracle Park, 38-42 on the season. We're going to take a quick break and come back with more right here on KNBR, the sports leader.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those round trips that you plan in advance, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back? Or those meetings with friends for which you make a group chat 3 months before so that nobody or anything is missing? Or your daughter's first birthday party. You planned it with such dedication that instead of the first, it felt like our 15s. The same way you plan each detail for those moments. Start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Do you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
Just a little heads up before something bad happens.
Move your coffee cup away from your computer.
Oh, no. So you can have more control.
Stop. You're texting your boss by mistake.
Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Warning. The cap is loose on that ketchup.
Don't wait. You have the power to change the outcome. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
It's kickoff time, and Believe podcasts are here to get you ready for the season.
This team, they looked to figure it out, and they said, okay, we got a shot at this thing.
With Believe, you get immediate reactions, game previews, and expert analysis from all 32 teams, plus all of your favorite college teams. This is a true junior that we're talking about. Sideline to sideline, end zone to end zone. The running was good. His size is unbelievable. Just search Believe. That's BLEAV podcast, wherever you listen.
Imagine waking up this time next week and being 100% debt-free from credit cards, car loan, and personal loans. Hey, it's Greg Papa. Loan Pronto's Equity Express line of credit can make it happen. Homeowners are turning their home equity into cash almost instantly. With Loan Pronto's AI-based system, you can get approval in about 10 minutes with almost no documentation, no appraisal, and no hassle. You can get hundreds of thousands of dollars out of your home. Use that money to pay off all your other loans. The average homeowner saves over $850 a month doing this. You can use that to wipe out all those credit cards or get some money for home improvement. Hundreds of thousands are at your fingertips and approval is just minutes away. Call now, 415-808-5721, 415-808-5721, loanpronto.com, 415-808-5721.
NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, equal housing lender.
Whenever water damage strikes your home or business, call on the cleanup and restoration specialists at 1-800-SERVPRO to help make it like it never even happened. That's 1-800-SERVPRO. Franchises are independently owned and operated.
She posted about us just now.
Celebrities can't get enough of Bianna's bespoke skincare line.
She has 147 million followers. How do we monetize?
She needs a social media associate to help her with the hype.
We should repost this. Do we need a hashtag?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Pre-Tection. Yep, Pre-Tection. The everyday skin protection ritual that protects your skin from mosquitoes. Pre-barbecue. Pre-playground. Pre-everything. Pre-every day. Prevention is the best protection. This summer, make sure you have OFF, the #1 dermatologist recommended repellent brand. SC Johnson, a family company.
Dub Nation, dial the digits and dive in. 415-808-KNBR. Sports phone KNBR continues right here and on the all-new KNBR app.
Hey, Bob, how closely did that game sort of go to what you were plotting out from a pitching standpoint, and who really do you think impressed you today on that side?
Well, everybody when you give up one run. But, for Randy, hasn't started before, gave up the one run on one hit. But, he goes 3-0 on the first guy and comes back and strikes him out. And then gave us, 2 2/3, which I didn't know he was going to give us that. And then it was either going to be Taylor or Jelly for 2. We went Jelly for 2 and then Taylor on the backside of it. So that's the way it was going to go. And hopefully we were going to be able to get to our 7, 8, 9 guys.
Bob Melvin on Sports Phone KNBR, the post-game show. Some great insight right there. And if you're watching the game, Randy Rodriguez started the game off going 3-0 on Homer, and then he comes back and punches him out with a 98-mile-an-hour fastball in the outside corner, and from there he was dialed in. I just love to see Patrick Bailey with you set so many different pitchers with so many different pitches he throws, and he just sits back there, and he really stellar, just so solid in putting his glove up and making the calls. And you saw in between the game, in between the innings in the dugout, Jelly was talking to him, and Rodriguez was talking to him, and that's a communication that you got to have with your catcher. Of course, Brian Price is always down there with the laptop kind of showing him what's the next 3 hitters moving forward. But just like Bob said, that was the first start Randy Rodriguez had in the big leagues. And here's a rookie that really wasn't even in the plans in spring training. He came in, shut the door down in the beginning of the season, and he is stuck. But boy, his stuff is electric. Randy Rodriguez was a guy that always walked guys. They always talked about his control. If he ever found his control, he'd be a great pitcher. But I tell you, Brian Price has done a great job with him slowing the motion down and then excelling at the end and bringing that gas. He's got a nice, lively arm. Another thing Bob Melvin said, he didn't know how long he was going to go, and he gave him 2 2/3, and then they tried to plan it from there. And, when you start planning, you got to have that middle relief. You got to have the end guys, and that's when he was talking about Walker, Tyler Rogers, and Duvall. And sure enough, those 3 guys gave him 9 up and 9 down in the 7th and 8th and 9th inning. And when you got a 2-1 lead going in there, that's the kind of guys you want to finish the game, especially with throwing strikes. And I keep talking about getting that first pitch strike, and each one of these guys did it more than once. when you look into a bullpen game, these are the games that you kind of figure out before you're even going into the game. What's the mix we have? They look at the opposing lineup. They see where the righties and lefties are, and they try to fix it where we can use this guy or this guy. It's like a puzzle, putting that piece together. And Bob Melvin today did a fantastic job pulling guys when he needed to, pushing some guys when they had to. Ryan Walker came, got a nice double play in the 6th inning, had a 6-4-3 double play after Suzuki got a base hit to lead off the inning. Those are the things that you have to stop the fire. And all these bullpen arms did it today. 6 relievers, Rodriguez, Jelly, Taylor Rogers, Ryan Walker, Tyler Rogers, and Camilla Duvall. And the other thing Melvin said in that cut, they did good. They only gave up 1 run. Well, thanks, Bob. We know that. 1 run on 4 hits. That's what we should have said. 4 hits out of 6 relievers, and they controlled the Cubs offense totally. I thought it was a dominant job by the bullpen. The Giants in the 2nd inning really started off well. Jorge Soler got a nice base hit to lead off that inning. But the game, the bat of the day was Matt Chapman against Kyle Hendricks. 13 pitches. He kept fouling them off. 13 pitches. And, of course, we always remember the Brandon Belt at bat in Washington when they got into the playoffs, when he ended up, I think it was 18 or 19 pitches he fouled off. But Matt Chapman, 13, and he finally got a walk. Conforto with a nice base hit to right field, scores Soler, and the Giants had got their first run. And here's another one. David Villar coming up there after Estrada struck out with a runner on third with 1 out. And you know how hard the Giants have when they get runners in scoring position. And David Villar with a nice at-bat, getting a deep fly ball to left field. He had a bullet over 100 miles an hour. At first, when you're watching on television, I thought he got it. But again, it was a nice sac fly for David Villar, who's really been battling to stay in the big leagues. Had a great job in AAA. Started off slow and then proceeded to get hot. And now he played some first base today as Wilmer Flores had the day off. 808 KMBR, Giants win today 5-1. Let's get to some phone calls. Hey, we're going to go to Berkeley first and talk to Andrea. Andrea, first caller tonight. How are you? Are you there, Andrea?
Oh, yes. Hello. Sorry. I was just watching the end of the Giants postgame show.